Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Oba the Potato. His name is Rhapsody. We're back. We're here in Slipways. We're gonna jump into a run. Rhapsody, it's your pick of the crop. What would you like?
Well, okay. Before I select the starting one here, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You know where I'm going with this. Before I select the starting one here, I want to talk about one of the things that I think is an important takeaway from the last episode. It's obviously the stacking of multiple different income generating modifications on an individual planet. Really, 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 really good. Extremely useful. Helped us out a hell of a lot. Funded our end game. But you know what funded our start game? It was getting a lab out particularly early.
Okay.
And it was getting that lab out particularly early without breaking the bank. And you know how we accomplished that?
If you say Dender, then I'm gonna cry.
No! It was the Euphorian, specifically with the well-prepared perk. That is the start with 40 credits.
You're actually spot on. Yeah, you're right. I mean,
I think it's actually, like, it seems not that incredible, but if you use it to create a lab early on that you can actually continue to work around, that you can actually continue to fund, then you might look at that perk and instead what it says is start gaining science 5 years earlier than you otherwise would. And at that point, what it actually says is gain 50 science, like over the course of the match.
All right. You know what? Here's my quick little appraisal of all of the heroes. Euphorian, best. Bakar, second. Silthid, third. Vittori, fourth. Dender, fifth. What's yours?
It's Bakar first. 100% Bakar first because of the energy exploit.
Yeah.
If it was more reliable to get Silthid's microforges, then I would say Silthid next. However, I will say Euphorian, then Silthid.
Yeah. Then Vittori.
Then Dender.
No, come on.
Then Vittori.
Get away, son.
Then Dender.
No,
then Vittori.
what do you want about?
Dender. Not having to have upkeep on your people and your wheat planets, as well as the ability to generate wheat much more simply. It's worthwhile. We'll find a place for it, but we don't have to find a place for it right now because I think our companions here are Bakar and Silthid.
Yep, absolutely, categorically agree.
Oh god. Okay, so we don't. As much as we could easily do that, right? And then try and do maybe some Xenotourism stuff that we didn't do last time. But also, there is a small part of me that's like, we're doing basically the same run that we did last time, and we're just gonna have to conform it to the galaxy. Do we want to do exactly the same two characters with exactly the same two perks? I really like Power Grid. Oh, but no, we'd have to wait for solar superconductors. That'd be fine.
Yeah, we would. It's up to you. I mean, we didn't get microforges last time, so I feel like being in with a chance of getting microforges now would be pretty cool. That being said, I don't know, dude. I think Dender are just like top tier trash. Like they're just the worst of the worst. They are actually so bad that I mean, every single run we have done so horrifically with Dender.
So. Yes and no, right? It's their late game happiness techs that are the real big reason to take Dender. Because if you can build with your other two council members a particularly good run, and then Dender at the end is just like, okay, and there's no unhappiness in the entire galaxy, and happiness counts for twice, right? Like if you can work towards that, Dender becomes hilariously broken. Because suddenly your score is just multiplied by 1.6, 1.8, maybe 2. I don't know what the cap is. But I actually do have a pitch for, instead of Dender, the other one, and it's not Silthid. So I'll give you a guess. There we go. Now, here's my reasoning.
Okay, hit me.
Number one, we actually have Xeno studies there, and there is a theory that we might actually try and run a bunch of Xeno labs super early on. That's possible. I don't know. We'll see based on the world, right? However, the big reason is because if we do that science early and we have a similar run to last run, and then we ball out of control in terms of our science, eventually, right? Because we initially start off growing, then we break our economy, then we start breaking science again. We can get to the late game Vittori tech that increases the length of years by a month.
Oh, Yes.
And then the second level, Vittori Tech, that increases it by 3 more months.
Yes.
That's all tier 3, but it's the second level, as in it's got a prerequisite. So that's my pitch for the run. It is quite similar to the previous one, but we have a different capstone idea, and we'll be trying to work around that. We also have the possibility of going back into Zenitourism, which we avoided last time because we didn't necessarily think the galaxy was suited for it.
Yeah. I think, honestly, hardcore science is so appealing. Like, I think that's great, because we haven't actually, like, focused super hard on science at all, like, over any of the runs. Like, I don't think that there's a single run, or maybe there is a single run, where we've unlocked literally every single tier 3 tech, so I think that that's a good ambition.
We did that last run.
Did we? I don't think we unlocked every single one. I think we were one short, weren't we?
We held off of unlocking all of them until the very, very, very end, because we were seeing whether or not we got another mission that was invent technologies.
You might be right. You might be right. Anyway, we happy with this setup? Happy with Power Grid? Happy with Well Prepared? Happy with with that? All right.
Especially, I think, if we're striving for the best score that we can get in Tough, we should probably go with the most broken things we found, and those are income multiplication, energy generation, and early science from something like the Well Prepared. So I think
It's
the
true.
similarities between this and last run are going to fall away pretty quickly as we start to see the galaxy. But
It's true.
God,
That's pretty good.
this is not a generous galaxy.
That's pretty good. That's a 5 banger right there.
I mean, it's 2 likelies, 2 kinders. Oh, that 5 banger feels a lot better if you can. Oh, nice.
There we go.
3 almost certain.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
That's potential. I mean, we gotta think about Xeno studies, and we gotta think about Xenotourism. Because
It's also worth noting we do have Gravitic Tugs. That's something we've been
Yes.
looking for a really long period of time, and we've actually found it.
Oh, let's have a little look at. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we got sleep replacement, we got time dilation, and we've got space-time aversion. So this is, if we can make this pop off, then that is incredible, because that means that only colonizing takes time, and colonizing will take a smaller percentage of the year if we get time dilation. So yeah, big pog. We got flexible fabrication, which is okay. Asteroid mining, that's okay. But I mean, nah, no hyperlanes, right? Like big sad.
Do you see the problem I've seen?
As in what? No solar superconductors, and we have
No energy whatsoever.
and we have a 30% income increase. Yeah, it's a bit of a sad, isn't it?
Okay, so that tells me that one of the ones we're going to want to take is definitely Gravitic Tugs. Can
Okay.
you click... actually, hang on. It leads to only an inertial nullifier. Can you click it and see what the inertial nullifier leads to, please?
Tow distance.
Doesn't lead to anything else. So if we take that, we still don't get another, like, tier 2 Bakar.
I will say, when we took gravitic mining here, it was very good. Like, it was excellent. Like, we did so well for ourselves out of the asteroid mining business.
It definitely was useful, but I will say, like, the main reason I'm looking at the Bakar text there is specifically because I want to try and unlock more level 2 Bakar technologies.
Yeah. I mean,
and
it could happen. It could happen. Let's not rule out the fact that we could find a forebear ruin, which gives us exactly what we need. You never know.
it's true, and I hope that we do.
All right.
But you deal with the galaxy you dealt.
Exactly.
Is there a 5-banger to the north left?
There's a 5-banger there. There's not a 5-banger here.
Okay, that's
There's a 4-banger there
really not.
if we get a 5-banger here.
I like both of those. They're contiguous.
I don't love this right now. I feel like maybe we take this now just for more intel, but I feel like we're going to take them both anyway, so...
Yeah, it's... Well, okay, you can take that one across because we're always taking that one across, right? There's 3 exceedingly likely planets there, and then probably.
Okay.
It's a forebear as well.
That's good. That's really good. There's some wheat there, robits. Okay, all right. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, please. Just whenever this stupid little mini game is turned off, I'm gonna be so happy. Okay, this is
interesting.
This is interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, so again, let's think in terms of labs, right? Like, what do we want to study? Maybe if we don't get it set up now, but at least if we have the option to set it up at some point. Let's also, real quick, just have a little look down here. So that area, very populated, lots of high signals.
Very true.
Couple of things out here. Little bit of activity down there. Can't really see
Can you
very
go
much.
for the arid colony as well, please?
This one here, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Okay, so immediately I'm thinking, how do we get a setup where we get to have colony and the colony is having a good time, right? So Earth-like is the most obvious attempt to make a colony. However, if that Earth-like was instead an agro world, there are very few sources that take one input and give you 2 outputs of wheat. And across from that, there are 2 things that want to become colonies.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I appear to have lost footage, or at least it is frozen on my side now.
Okay. Hold on 2 seconds. Let me...
So there's that arid colony there, which is going to require extra water as an input. There's also the colony to the south, which I think was a jungle. I don't remember what jungles want in addition to wheat. I think it might be biomass.
It's chips. Chips. Can you see, by the way?
Chips.
Can you see what's happening?
I cannot. Unfortunately, I have been disconnected. So says the game.
Oh.
Hey, there we go.
Okay.
I can see it, but I'm seeing like the start screen that says start new game. Okay, cool. Never mind.
It's working? Okay, good. Good.
Yep. Good. Okay, so that the jungle planet wants the
chips.
Well, that makes it significantly worse because I was trying to see if we had ways to fund that. Weirdly, I'm now back on the start screen for Slipways.
Okay. Any better now?
It seems anytime you go to the other monitor, I go back to the start menu.
All right. Are you back now?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Back.
Okay, I'll stay in monitor. I will stay focused.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I actually kind of I'm reneging on my idea of making that an aggro world because I thought that was going to be a lot better of a play, but it does not appear to be.
I mean, so this, if we do turn this into a colony, there's a limited number of ways that we can get the resources. I mean, there's water. There's water here. That's a 2-way trade, I suppose. And then we could have wheat here. But if we did put wheat here, then that would mean that we wouldn't be able to cross over the Slipways to the Earth world, to the Hive world over there. So I guess it really comes down to judgment. I mean, what do you think is the better recipient for a colony?
Well, I mean, it's obviously Earth-like. It's just, is it also in the best position for one? Can you look at that jungle for a little longer, please, for a second?
Yeah.
Mechanized harvest. We wouldn't be able to get huge value out of that. I mean, the mechanized harvest. Hang on. Sorry, I apologize, but the mechanized harvest. If the mechanized harvest outputs its water to the arid colony and then its biomass to the primordial turns that biomass into wheat, goes back up to the arid. The arid is suddenly not successful, but is established. And then we're only hanging a bot. The problem is, how the heck are we going to find that bot? However, it does. You just identified it perfectly. That becomes way easier to also turn into a colony that is instantly established.
Here's the thing.
Because it has another source of wheat. It has another source of biomass.
The thing, I was actually sort of going down the same line as you. The arid can only become a colony. Therefore,
yes,
I feel like that is a priority to do something with. Whereas the Hive world can, become one of these bad boys and therefore give us maybe water to study, maybe biomass to study. Both can of pog, if you know what I mean.
Or we just use it as a stand-in for the other one, right? We use that as a stand-in for the planet that we would have had to give
that and that. So it's remnant primordial. So this one and this one. And what do they need? They need water and humans.
Water and humans. But if we cut the jungle out of that entire cycle and used the Gaia world instead of mechanized harvest, we would actually have just a 3-link there. How many months do we have left in this year?
April is month number 4. So 6? No, not 6. Jesus Christ. 8.
Okay. So we can't colonize 3 things and then connect them, but we can get 2.
God, I hate Julius Caesar and Augustus Octavian something or other.
Yeah, it's the Gregorian calendar is the absolute worst.
I know. Okay, so we're going Gia, we're going colony here. Obviously, we can't colonize all 3. Is that what you were thinking?
Yes and no. I wouldn't colonize that. I would colonize the primordial because we can connect. Well, no. It would be primordial turns monoculture, and then we get the agro world. Sorry, not agro world, the Gaia world, and then we connect those 2.
Gotcha. And then we can colonize this one as well. And then all right, we got a loop that's 3.
Although, if we want that to be a little more efficient in terms of time, we can do the 2 that you'd indicated, and then just pop that asteroid between the 2 of them.
That's what I was kind of
because that asteroid only connects to 3. Yeah. I like it. It's clever.
That's what I was kind of thinking. I don't know. I feel like there is definitely an optimal way here. I mean, the upkeep of that is. That doesn't even.
Yeah, because both of them are struggling.
Yeah, both of them are
We
struggling.
want at least one of them fulfilled, but the one on Earth would be the way to get 2 fulfilled. Or 1 fulfilled, right?
I'm not sure if we pop this, is that gonna...
1 month.
It is
connected to.
It is 1 month, but I mean, then we're missing out on a 3rd income stream there. I feel like maybe we just do what you suggested.
While we're getting an extra month. Is 6 worth a month to us right now in the early?
Yeah, but I mean, there's also
I think so.
There's also no rush to get it set up because we're gonna definitely colonize this planet eventually, right?
Yeah, also true. But the asteroid is also in between the connections that make us the most income.
You're not wrong. You're not
actually,
wrong.
How about you try the Gaia world, the colony, and the Gaia world and the colony and popping. You set this up and then see what its income would be, and then do the inverse as well.
Okay.
Right.
4.
So this way we have +4, and we've ended on 118. So what would it be if we did the other one instead?
So it would be this, right? It would be that. So +3. But we don't end on 118. So it gives us...
Sure, but it means the asteroid is instead yielding 5 if we wait for it later, right? Because it yields 1 if we just get it now. But also, we definitely have to pop it next year because we want to connect the Earth world to the colony anyway, which means unless we're colonizing the jungle next year, hint, we're not, we suddenly want to pop it again. I think it's correct to take the top 2. I think it's correct to pop the asteroid between them.
All right.
And then connect them.
Let's do it. That. Go to the next year.
And then
take our 4.
No, I think we actually send out a scan here.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's actually very interesting. That
really good.
Yeah, that changes the game in a major way. Actually, I'm immediately thinking like a biomass lab right here, honestly, because that is cash money, dude. That is cash money. Biomass. Can feed the wheat with the monoculture farm. We need to get robots, obviously. Or even biomass from here. I mean, there's so many options for biomass.
No, we do need to close that in a loop. We have to look. We have an excess biomass, and we need a wheat, and we have 3 established planets. We need to close the loop with that primordial. Then we can look into making that biomass. But yes, that.
All right.
That has to happen first. One more person goes over to that Earth-like, and suddenly the primordial actually gets a water as well. We don't need to focus on
Yes.
that instantly. But
Yes.
it's a future.
Absolutely. Actually, we shouldn't have done that. Hold on. Let me look at missions now, and then
Also true.
we'll have a little look. Okay. This is easy. This is very easy.
100%.
Two-way trade. Is that gonna happen? I mean, if this becomes a water extractor, then yes, could very easily be two-way trade, but probably not. I mean, I don't think that there's any other place that we've really got in mind for two-way trade.
Well, I mean, there is one, and that's over on the left. We have a remnant world. So pretty much anything that is a colony near there that has
jungle,
a chip
or
input
water
or
world.
an ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Those wouldn't be bad ways to get that double trade. And in fact, if it was an ocean world, we could also connect that mine in and then immediately pop it off. It's just making a ore-producing planet successful is going to take us a while, because suddenly we have to get a people into it, we have to get a water into it, and we have to get at least 2 outputs for ore, which the top one requires us to have 1 output for ore.
I think you're right.
Seems it's faster to me.
Yeah, I think we'll do this. I think that's far and away the best call. You're absolutely right. All right, that. Right.
Perfect. Takes our income like up to 12.
I think we should try and think about labs right now. I sincerely do.
Totally agreed.
Yeah.
Totally agreed. I just wanted that like sorted.
The loop. Yeah. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 4-bear ruin in range as well, but obviously not worth much at the moment. Human to biomass. Robot to biomass. Man, if there were robots down here, that would be very exciting.
It would be, to the point that I'm thinking actually specifically on that, maybe we want to send a scout out to that 3-banger at the south. Like south directly on your line right now.
I'm also just thinking, this is ready to become a colony, actually. Because we have the wheat import from the primordial over yonder.
Mm-hmm.
The biomass could very easily come from mechanized harvest here. It does mean that we're floating a robot, but instead of studying biomass, we could study water, which is just as easy to produce with humans over here and over here as well.
We're floating a robot with absolutely no plan to get a robot there, because we closed that off by making that lab to the ability to access more robots.
It's very true.
We don't have hyperlanes, and we also don't have any of the late game techs that again gives the ability to just ignore downsides on a planet. So to me, that is a negative 8% modifier to our end score pretty immediately that we're committing to.
You're not wrong.
I will say, I do like the idea of that. However, it could be easily accomplished with some more planets to the south, right? If there's like a Primordium to the south there, we can get a 2-way trade as well as set up that Arctic colony. No, not that side. It needs to be able to reach the jungle world.
I'm just seeing if this is a... So that is a 5-banger right there. So that makes me feel less bad.
It's the position of those 3 to the south, because it's remnant. Oh god, we hard whiffed there.
Yeah. I mean,
well, that tells us we can't use mechanized harvest.
Yeah,
to me at least.
There's not... What is it? Flexible fabrication. It's goods on a robot production world. There is another... What's the other one? It's chips from an ore production facility. That doesn't really help us out at all, does it? I mean, if we can't...
Well, I mean, very late on.
If we can't use mechanized harvest, then we just can't use this planet, because I don't think that we're going to get it.
I don't think that's true.
You think we're going to use chips? You're going to think we're going to make it into a colony?
I was really hoping that we would have found a remnant to the south, because then the chip would have been provided from a human. That would have been a 2-way trade. Pop in the wheat. Suddenly we're going absolutely bananas. I don't think we do anything with that planet yet. I think what we've just found out is we need to wait until we start doing things with that planet specifically.
There is a chance. This one right here.
It's...
How lucky you feeling?
Not at all. I'm feeling anti-lucky.
It's a guaranteed planet right there. Well, as guaranteed as...
Well, hi.
Yeah.
But the thing is, unless it's a Forge world or a Remnant, and those are 2 of the rarer planets, it's a bad time for us. Let's start thinking about the other areas, right? Unfortunately, both of those jungles really want a bot. It would be really nice if we could get them one, however, struggling at the moment. So, is there
I mean, we gotta find a bot over here. We gotta find. That's out of range.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is cash money.
Is indeed. Can you look at the requirements of the Arctic colony again, please?
Sure can.
Yeah, so it's biomass that it wants in. But if we wanted to start, well, we are equally capable right now of studying biomass or water.
Correct. I mean, and to be honest, the mechanized harvest accounts for both. The primordial accounts for both. Also, the thawing facility would be both. I mean, that's not much better, to be honest, in terms of... Is that a... That is a... It's a dirty 5. It's a dirty 5. So that's a 6.
Oh, no, it's a dirty 6.
It's a dirty 6.
Still don't think it would be thawing that we would do there.
I mean,
if we want to do kind of like a lucky play, I would be happy with that colony and then searching in that area.
Oh,
because I mean, the people are...
How are the turntables?
People are going into a lab anyway.
How are the turntables?
Well, it's more that biomass is a lot easier to find.
Yeah.
Than, specifically one connection to a robot that is near the only planet that can reach it. It's just
the other thing that you need to consider is that I am basing all of my statements on the fact that we are guaranteed to get, infraspace relays at some point, and so therefore, as long as we get it fast enough and as long as we have the money, then theoretically everything is fixable, if that makes sense. So,
no, it definitely does, but the problem is whether or not that ends up invalidating your first two layout statements of if we don't spend all of our money, if we study fast enough.
Yeah. And
it feels like this has a chance of risking both of those to have something float early on forever. So, speaking of risk, do you want to do the colony play? You feeling lucky, punk? 100%.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
A dirty 6? You happy with a dirty 6?
Dirty 6.
Or is it? Dirty 6. Dirty 6 is far and away the best. Best value for money. This is October.
It's also half our money currently.
This is October. This can take us into November. Is there a world in which we do this next year? No.
That swamp just, that does it. It's a two-way trade as well.
Okay, I mean, we can colonize, but
can't colonize that this year.
Yep. What about popping this asteroid?
That's possible. What's the other one? Does that have adjacency with the other primordial?
Yeah.
Okay, it does. I honestly, if we wanted to do the spiciest play, we could even connect to a forebear ruin preemptively.
Probably, it's 16 though. Like it's a lot of cash.
It is a lot of cash. We could easily just pop that asteroid that you indicated before. I'm just throwing out the spicy possibilities.
You know what? Spice up or go home. That's what I always say.
Hell yeah! That's the orbital I know and love.
That's Pog, actually.
Ooh.
That's really Pog, and we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there as well. That's easy.
100%. Why don't you go complete our two-way trade?
Yeah. Let's do that. One two-way trade. And
there is a remnant planet there. Oh my god, that remnant. Oh, that remnant planet can give the robot up to the other jungle for a mechanized harvest.
For biomass. Ooh.
No, that becomes a little bit of a problem because then we're cutting off the
swampy
access from the swamp to the south. Exactly.
I mean, there is a tier 2 tech called matter transposition, which allows two uncolonized planets to trade places. We could factor that into the equation. I don't love it. It's okay. It's something at least.
It seems.
I think we should be studying biomass, and I think we should try and make that happen.
Yes, I like the idea of trying to make that happen. I think we should probably head in that direction. However, not only do I think we should head in that direction, I just found out how to do it. I've just scaffolded it entirely in my head, and we have a whole plan.
Hit me.
But before I get to that,
what a tease! What a tease!
Before I get to that, it seems like the game design seems to have a way to account for the lack of ability to get certain resources to certain areas in almost every class, right? So there's gravitic tugs and inertial nullifiers, giving you the ability to rearrange a galaxy, as well as energy, right? Those are ways to fix.
Yeah.
Ephorians have the hyperlanes. I think it's mainly the hyperlanes for them, TBH. The Vittori don't really have that much fixing, but they're usually paired with other clans, obviously. Silthid have the Microforge projects, is a pretty big one. And oh yeah, so the Vittori is transpose. Good.
Yeah.
And transpose is an element of that, right? Maybe there's a world where we take transpose and we don't have to take the hyperlanes. Maybe.
Yeah.
However,
yeah.
what I'm saying right now is we can hang that bot in the first mechanized harvest area. And the reason we can do that now is because that remnant lab, after we study enough, we can get gravitic tugs, move that remnant lab on the opposite side of the ice ball from where it currently is, and then just connect it straight up.
Look, you don't need to tell me twice. I was happy to hang a mechanized harvest without all of that, fancy intel that you seem to have found. But I 100% agree. I think that's a good call.
Cool. I love it. It also increases our trade if we just take that water and then pop it down to the primordial. It suddenly pops successful as well.
Actually, I think there might be a better way of doing this. We are going to be... Oh, also, we got 2 science for something. That was for connecting Forebear Ruin. Yes, somebody commented about that, and I never realized that connecting a Forebear gives 2 science. Like, that's...
Yeah.
Does it say that in the documentation anywhere?
Not that I'm aware of, no. I tried to look in here actually last time when it happened to us.
Structures. I'm just genuinely very, very curious because I don't think it does say, and that was very surprising. Okay.
So the positioning of this is going to be very, very, very difficult, right? Because you've got to think about all of the different things that are going to be in input. So there's the jungle to the south. There's obviously the mechanized harvest we're about to set up. There's also the colony to the north. And then you also need to have in the pocket. So I don't know if you'll actually be able to use gravitic tugs to move the remnant around that.
But we can just move the ice ball out the way, right?
Sure, but then that'll cut off the jungle.
And we just
the swamp.
Move it like up here.
Yeah, but it'll still cut off the swamp because you'd have to connect for the remnant lab to get a person. You'd have to connect from the Arctic, cutting off your access to the swamp from the lab.
Gotcha. I'm with you.
So that's why I want to move the remnant in there more. It's possible it's a play where we have to move the remnant and the ice ball even. Not super jazzed about it, but
yeah.
pretty possible.
I mean, so what do you think about this lab?
Actually,
yeah.
Wait, if that remnant, instead of going across to the corner, if it just went straight up, it could take a person from the arid colony and it could output a robot on both of the
Raps, that's a brilliant idea. Oh, that's an excellent idea, actually, yeah. Okay, so with that in mind...
Because as soon as it takes a person, it'll have... And then the water from the mechanized... It's a two-way trade with the mechanized harvest as well, actually.
Is it? Hold on.
Yeah,
yes,
water from mechanized harvests.
You're bang on. Oh, that's such a great chat. Okay, I think we're ready for that. I think we're ready for this then. We'll just get the... We'll get this going.
Yep.
Can we do this and this?
Yes.
Yes, we can, and we shall. And we complete the mission.
100%.
Ooh, okay. That's spiced, actually. That's very spiced. Okay.
Okay, hang on. I've spotted one problem,
yeah.
and that is a person does get cut off from arid, right? Because... because the remnant going across to the mechanized harvest cuts off your access.
That's true. That's true.
I think it's okay, though.
I think we float the robot, honestly. I think we float the robot for a while.
No.
I'm not bothered about that, to be honest.
The Gravitic Tugs plan is the only reason I really like this play.
Okay.
However, there is the possibility that this is just a lab that has 3 biomass in it and 1 people. That's okay.
Okay.
It's not too bad. 2 more people is just 2 more science.
So we're holding off on mechanizing this until we do the Slipway tug.
I believe so.
Okay. I mean, Okay. Yeah.
I imagine I know your preference, which would be connect the person down from Arid, send a person over from Arid to the Primordial to make another biomass, then send the biomass down, and we have a lab that's studying for 7, and then it just completely cuts off that jungle in the middle.
I don't hate it.
I don't want to do that play. I'm just saying I imagine that's what you would want to do.
It would either be that or the other mechanized harvest. I mean, there is stuff out here, so I mean, the robots could come from this vicinity for this specific jungle world.
Our income is taking a huge hit right now.
Yeah,
we can't take many more hits before suddenly we can't do anything.
It's not good. It's not good for sure. It's really not good. And we need to get that two-way trade up and running as well, so that needs to be somewhere. Hold on, we can do that.
Yep.
That's successful. So that gives us 18. It's worth it, but maybe in the next tranche of missions, actually, if we can. Because we might be able to get this mission done this year if we're.
Yeah, if we can get that mission done this year and then see the new missions before we connect it, I'd still want to connect that before the end of this year.
Oh yeah, I mean it's cash money.
Exactly.
I mean, we could just take.
Hey, oh no, wait, it's the Euphorian that we want the double of.
Could just take water there.
That is possible, but we have other options. Let's exhaust those first.
Water export. Oh, that's a shame, actually. That's a real shame. That's a swizz. I would like a pixel count, please. Pixel recount. That's insane. That's insane, dude. Obstructed.
Tis a bit rough.
I mean, just shift the slipway a little bit. Ah, it's
exactly. Just bend it.
Just bend the slipway.
Head.
It's a 5-head play, actually.
Right. I really like the idea of getting the 2A trade up as soon as we possibly can. It's just.
I mean,
where
you feeling lucky, Punk?
We could theoretically do that at some point this year, but it's not the first thing we do.
I agree.
I'm leaning closer towards scouting now to try and find something else to work with.
Other play could be.
There is that colony, but it would take that remnant.
Yeah. But it would also give us.
We need that remnant.
It would also give us a 3-banger.
That's not worth guaranteeing that we have that robot set up. I'm trying so hard to make sure that doesn't kill us.
I'm the devil on your right shoulder. That's what I am.
Yes, yes you are.
Okay.
Gravitic is 14, and inertial afterwards is 11, right?
I mean, we are, 3 years from that? 3 years. 3 years, exactly. 3 years.
Yeah. I think that is going to be the first one that we go for.
Hold up.
We will be able to use Xeno studies a lot easier if we have Gravitic
on
Tugs.
this remnant world. Oh my goodness, we could put that. We could put that. In all seriousness, though,
orbital my soul.
Maybe
we could do that as a water and just do the 2-way trade if we just want to lock that. Although I wasn't touching that planet because I suspected that you would want to make it a Xeno lab in the future.
That's what I was actually going to say, as opposed to making it a water world, because that would be very pog. I think is the technical terminology. I think we need to do some. We need to do some scouting. Actually, we got painfully little intel for.
It's totally agreed.
Yeah.
That bottom left fiber seems like it's the right time to see what's going on there. Okay. Well, we've got a 2-way trade.
This is interesting to me. Very interesting, because this is a guaranteed extra wheat source, right? This in fact, actually, yeah, this is totally possible because we'll get the extra. Okay, this is very pog here. Actually, this very easily can integrate into the system.
Yeah,
I think
100% true. I love it. Do it.
And that gets us
as soon as that mechanized harvest connects in, we're happy.
That gets us the 2-way trade now, and then we do missions. It does leave us hanging a.
Wheat until you connect that robot in, and then you connect the water into the primordial, and then the wheat over.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
There's no problem.
Absolutely, but it just means that we're gonna have to do an asteroid first. I think that's fine, though, right? Like, we're okay with this.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
All right. We're at 7. So next level, we're going to hit next empire size. Just FYI. Okay. New missions. Let's, we happy with this as it stands? Good stuff. Okay. Okay. Big.
We're about to make an import hub as soon as we get the Euphorian solution to that forebear ruin. It makes an import hub with the arid world that we've already set up.
That's cash money. That's cash money.
Again, I think that Bakar is going to be the hardest for us to utilize here. And it's because right now we have nothing that does anything except for provide a human for Bakar.
This is possible.
We would have to colonize so many more galaxies to do things for him. Yeah, we could make that a colony, and then we could make the northern one a mine, and then we have to get more water.
That's just wheat from here, right? If that, well, can that produce four?
No, you'd need the for making the mine successful. You would need water.
Oh yeah, and then we're not gonna be able to get the water there. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. Well made.
I mean, I kind of like the idea of taking the Vittori.
I agree.
It's specifically just to push us towards more science. Make sure we keep on keeping on. You know.
Yep. Gotta #stay humble.
Exactly.
All right, so
on that #grind life.
#hustle harder. Okay, market the artifacts as novelties. Yep. Easy. Now that's a bit of a sad. This is always a blessing and a curse whenever you get this, because it doesn't actually consume any imports in order to create the goods, and therefore,
Well, it made an import hub, but it's just we would need another person out of there before it pops successful.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
more export
it's going to happen eventually, right? Whether we get...
Exactly, when that becomes the Xenolab.
I like how you're just speaking in certainties now. This is excellent. This is excellent.
No, here's why it is, right? Because the human goes across to the Primordial in part of the Xenolab, right?
Yeah.
And then we have a human going into the Remnant that's gotten pushed up with Gravitic Tugs. The Remnant bot comes out into the Mechanized Harvest. The Mechanized Harvest gives us the water for the Primordial Lab. Primordial Planet Xenolab. So it's got a person, it's got its water, it's fulfilled. We've got exports on all of the available things. We've got that remnant in the middle of the system. It's everything. It's so good. This is a really good science start, as long as we make sure we don't screw up money.
Yeah, we need the cash. We need cash money. I mean, exploiting the asteroid probably worth in order to get this connection. Oh, we're one away from
it's
both
worth
of them.
It's worth for both. We need to explore another asteroid and get both.
Is that one or that one? What do you think? Probably this one, right?
I think it's the. It's I guess, because we are going to be pushing the remnant away from that. There are those 2 planets up to the north that.
I think that's fair. Okay, that's 30 income, and we're in October. I'm happy with that.
Yes.
That's. I mean, look, gravity. I don't even believe in gravity, dude. I mean, look, just.
Yeah. Gravity keeps pulling me down.
It does. Hate how it does that.
Hey, yo, hang on. Could you look at that primordial for a second again?
This primordial.
The successful one. Thank you.
It doesn't do any more than.
Doesn't do any more. Okay, but there is the Earth-like to the south of this.
Yeah.
That if we made that into a hive world and then find wheat for it, right? The wheat is going to be the hardest part of that. But if we did that, then the arid colony that we just created can send a person up to the mine. That mine can send an ore down to the forge world, making a good. One good goes out to the arid colony, and then one goes south to the Earth colony.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Yep, I 100% agree.
I don't think it's something that we move on quite quickly. I just think it's an expansion opportunity that's available to us on that side of the map. It also leaves open that same mine that I was just working with. It leaves that mine open to then fund into a Waterworld colony. Mm-hmm. Actually, oh my god, it becomes the Waterworld colony instead. Although then we have to find wheat around that area. But
that's easy enough. I mean, that is a triple good export immediately. What do goods need? Do goods need... They need microchips. So we need to find... Unfortunately, I don't think that this is a connection that will actually work. I was...
Gravitic.
Yeah. Gravitic! Oh, you're so right.
We're going to be tugging them all around the world.
Tugging all the remnants around the world. No, wait, not the world. The space.
Around the world, around the world.
I mean, I think it's a skippy skip. We're gonna level up next
100%.
next
We need
time.
to save a little bit of money.
Speaking of money,
We have to wait.
Speaking of money, hold up. Earth-like, jungle, and ocean. Is there a world where this becomes... In fact, both of these become Xenotourist spots? What do they need again? No, hold... Like, actually. It's goods, it's microchips, it's robots.
We do recall from the last episode that not giving them more than just people and goods is not economically viable.
I mean, did you just see our income there? That's... Okay, so that's 30 income...
It went from 30,
Yeah.
then dropped heavily down,
To 29.
then went back up.
But that's without a good. We have a guaranteed good here, here. We don't have a guaranteed good here because we intersect the circle. I'm going to science this just to sort of see what happens to our income. So it goes up to 35.
Can you look at that forebear ruin to the north? Is there any adjacency availability there for a Xenotourism lab to use that extra... not that we can see yet.
I mean, is there a... I mean, there is a...
I don't think we should scan that.
There is a gravitic tug.
There is, but if we're doing that, then we go for gravitic tugs first. So we can fix the other thing.
It's true. I mean, you know...
We only get 2 level 1 techs. If one of them's gravitic tugs and then the other one is Xenolabs. Xenostudies, rather.
Okay, here's a pitch.
Yeah?
We don't take gravitic tugs. And I know what you're saying. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, but orbital, we'd leave this empty. But we can transpose level 2. If we want to take matter transposition in level 2, because hopefully by that time our science is going to be rolling. So we can take slipstream relay for level 2, and that's going to allow us to slipstream around the ice ball world, and therefore it's all good, right? Probably.
This is not a good idea.
Here's a pitch, actually. Here's a pitch. Something that I think that we've chronically underrated up until this moment. Stream splitting, actually.
I think we have been underrating that.
Very pog.
I agree.
Very pog. Especially with infraspace.
Especially with the amount of... definitely especially with infraspace, but especially with the amount of things we have that creating 2 different resource types.
Yeah.
It seems a fertile ground for a lot of usefulness. I still believe that we need to get gravitic tugs first.
You're still on this gravitic tug bandwagon. I don't know why I'm so... I don't know why I think Xenotourism would work so much. I just feel it in my bones, Rhapsody. I don't know what's going on.
I think you might have faulty bones.
Yeah, I've got osteoporosis.
Got a case of the old faulty bones. Oh, you know what we can do right now, though? You know what both of us will agree on?
Hit me.
There is a forebear ruin and a a free person who's like, something there.
All right. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's cash money.
There you go. That's your tourist resort. Unless... We'll choose one of them before the end of the year. We're not doing the Bakar one. It's far too far in the future that it gives us our benefit. We would prefer to get a smaller benefit now and then ball out of control. So it's definitely before the end of the year. We just see which of those we want the most because we don't need to choose before.
Oh, here's an idea. Here's an idea. So if we take quantum sensors... If we take quantum sensors, then rewind time, then we can get a little bit of extra intel.
That is true.
I hope that this doesn't count. Otherwise, it's going to be real sad.
I don't think it does. In the same way that colonizing a planet to see more doesn't. Yeah, you can still rewind.
Okay, that's good.
God, North is garbage for expansion.
Yeah. So is this area, actually.
The west isn't bad.
This is... this best. This best.
Yeah, it's the northeast and east that's best for us, definitely.
Okay.
Because we also scanned the outside of that at the very start.
Extra science as well, actually. That was nice. Nice connection.
Mm-hmm.
How long does... okay, so that doesn't take any time, and it gives us 9 cash money.
Yep.
But, in saying that, if we don't connect it now, we'll get more money.
We already have.
No. Sorry, as if we don't take it now, then we will get more money, I think, right?
I don't think that's true.
I think it is, because this number changes. This number changes. This number probably changes.
I've never seen it... I've never seen it change to more than 2 of those credits.
I don't think it would be represented by more than 2 credits, but I think it might change. If that makes sense.
If you click the 2 credits and then click on the Forebear Ruin, what does it say its income is?
12.
Upkeep costs and production.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's...
Constant 9?
I think that's static. I also think that, a constant 9 earlier was small benefit. What the entire the predication of whether or not well prepared is a good thing is exclusively based on a small value early that allows you to ball out of control better in the later game is far better off for us. Now, yeah, that does push a little towards the possibility of gather everything you can use. I'm still open to that. I'm still definitely open to that right now, but I would still want to take one of them before the end of the year.
Oh yeah. This just has, like, I mean, it pays for itself in 4 years, right? Gather everything you can use.
It pays for itself in 4 years. We have 20 more years. And then on top of that as well, it is a way to get income that is not a planet.
Yep, it's constant.
We don't have to expand our size for its sake or anything like that.
I don't know why. My bones must be broken because I'm pogged about xenotourism. I don't know why, Rab. I feel like even getting one like self-contained system that gives us goods and humans coming into this Earth-like here. I don't know why.
It's fine, right? I keep wanting to run Dender, and a lot of the time that results in failure. It's totally fine to have like kind of a pet thing that you really want to do in a game.
A failure mindset.
And
yeah.
No, I love xenotourism. I think it's hilariously good. I think we still need to get Gravitic Tugs first, and then we may even go xenotourism after that. It's just Gravitic Tugs needs to come first.
Gravitic Tugs is 2 years away.
In my mind.
Gravitic Tugs is 2 years away,
It is
right?
2 years away, unfortunately. Unless...
we get xenotourism and make extra money in those intervening 2 years. Or Xeno studies and connect this up.
We can't do can't do that yet. But what we could possibly do is, because we were only getting 2 level 1 techs, right?
Yeah.
One of them's got to be Gravitic Tugs. It was locked in as soon as we took that mechanized harvest and can't rewind past.
You are dead set on this.
One of them's got to be the
Gravitic Tug, aren't you?
I am trying to make sure we don't lose. I'm very dead set on it. Yes. You will not be able to convince me otherwise. I'm sorry. This is I really think that we should use Gravitic Tugs as our first.
What is the benefit of this? Let's be, let's talk this through, right? What is the benefit?
Okay.
Because we only have 1 robot hanging. This colony is, it's making money. It's not making tons, but it's making money. If we connect it up, we resolve that. We maybe get an extra couple. I don't know, 2, 3 trade income.
We also get the ability to export water immediately to the north, getting us another import in a area that is already overstacked. Then it leaves us really, really easily into being able to also make the mechanized harvest on the other jungle because we have the ability to get 2 robots out of it. We're getting a 2-way trade in the Remnant Lab because it's getting water back. It is really good trade income, and it sets us up for the adjacency for the Xena Lab. And it makes sure we don't have that negative 8% modifier for our happiness at the end, which is huge.
It is pretty big.
8% is giant.
It is pretty big. I'll give you that. It's a lot of Wonga. But
so
I mean,
here's what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
We have, we can only get 2 level 1 techs, right? I'm saying I think it is imperative that we get Gravitic Tugs first.
Okay.
However, after that, we still have Xena Studies or Xenotourism. And if we then go Xenotourism, Gravitic Tugs gives us the ability to set up Xenotourism factories way more simply. We have the ease of just moving them towards adjacencies that will make them more successful. We also have the ability even to try and set up a factory that makes basically all of the things that go into those and just put 2 colonies that are going to benefit from them next to one another. It is a fix for the fact that we do not have hyperlanes and for the fact that transpose is inconsistently useful for us as well as extremely expensive.
I mean, Gravitic Tugs is quite expensive as well. It's 20 per pulp and it like takes what, a month or something?
Yep.
So it would need to be like what, 3 trips
it's
maybe?
the science getting to transposition that is incredibly expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
The thing is, like, because all of the planets in the system where that remnant goes north are doing 2-way trades and taking a bunch of income, that we are going to actually create ridiculous income with it as well as fulfill everything else. I could not stand by it more.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, I mean, what are we
I'm only
what are we doing this year?
I'm only harping on it because I think it's like definitely correct.
Yeah.
What are we doing this year? That is a great question because there is a world where we spend this year doing everything except for colonizing.
I mean, colonizing will push us over the limit, won't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which gives us the ability to start sending out some scouts.
Okay. Let's do that. Let's do that. Where did we say we wanted to do?
None of them are great, but that 2-banger north of the lava planet is in a centralized location. It could contribute to a lot of things that we might want to do.
All right. Let's do it.
Not ideal.
Yeah.
But not horrible. That is a colony that could easily be a 2-way trade with the swamp that we already have, and then it's just looking for a wheat and the other direction. Would you like to colonize that and show us what's around it, though?
Sure can. That's
Only the north is good. That's a great area, but unfortunately it locks in the colonization of something right now.
No, that's not anything either. All right.
I don't think that's a fool.
I don't want to keep harping on about it. I'm not. This Gravitic Tugs.
Orbital, I really, 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 really think that we need to make that remnant Gravitic
I
Tug
know you
up
do.
to the north.
I know you do. I know. You know what? We're gonna do it as well. I'm just not as in love with it as you are. I don't know why. I just I don't know what it is.
To me, so
let's scan.
Let me paint you a visual
We'll-
picture
we'll-
of what's happening in my head. Totally
We'll
do
do
that.
this
Let
one.
me paint you a visual picture of what's happening in my head when I think of that Gravitic lab going up. Gravitic remnant, rather.
Okay.
Moving upwards. Right? There is a 10,000 piece jigsaw puzzle in my mind right now. And there is just one piece missing. And it's just there. But I can't reach it. And I'm going to need someone to strap a big heckin' rocket to it and push it into the right position. But someone keeps threatening to study instead. Someone keeps threatening to do tourism instead. You want to go to Spain? I just want us not to die. And also, I'm mixing my metaphors here, and also the puzzle thing.
Also the. Oh, okay. All right. I mean, what else have we got to do this year? We got to take this. I think we're pretty determined.
Takes no time.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Guess we can scan up here. So
Yeah.
it's okay.
Because it's entirely well, I mean, because there's a remnant and there's a mine there, so it's entirely possible we end up like studying ore over in that direction. Can you get a 4-banger with?
No.
Oh no, wait, you can't.
No, I tried this.
Um,
What do you want?
Yeah, well, I mean, the northern one's
Yeah.
more likely, so go for that one.
Okay. That's potential, actually, as a hive world, because...
Exceedingly high potential, yeah.
Lagoods. I actually feel like maybe...
I'm happy with the 3 that yeah.
Given that it's in close proximity to the black hole, there's probably something pretty good here, is what I was going to rationalize.
Hey, that's looking like a really, really, really good Xenotourism up there. Only thing it's missing right now is a person.
Yeah, that is...
And if we have Gravitic Tugs, we can just move it into position and give it a person anyway.
You are doing your very best. Look, we're gonna do it, okay? Like, you've spoken. We're 100% gonna do it.
Appreciate it.
I'm just thinking here, so... Man, we could just, like, bump this remnant world down here. You know what I mean? What up?
I do know what you mean, but I have a plan to prosper. Okay, so, and forgive me, it is contingent upon the Gravitic Tug.
Okay,
however,
yes, of
that
course.
Forge world that is to the south, yes. If that gets pulled across to just being south of the Primordial that is already successful, it's already achieved everything that Primordial needs. Then, the person goes from the Arctic colony next to the Forebear Ruin down to the mine goes to the Forge World outputs 2 goods, 1 to each of the colonies on either side, and then it has the expansion opportunity of doing it to the Earth like later as well.
That's pretty good.
Should we go in that direction?
That's pretty good.
I think that is a great income addition for us.
I think that'd be very good, actually. I agree. I think it's very good. All right, what else do we want to do this year?
I think we now skip.
Skippy, really?
Yeah, our income is bleeding, and we don't really have much that we can do otherwise.
All right, the skip.
We have nothing we can do otherwise.
Not getting
absolute shame.
Yeah. Not getting Gravitic Tugs there is big sad, actually. Not getting it this year is big sad. Is there a Forebear Ruin we can? No. No way to get extra science.
None that we can see. So we should think of ways that we can try and increase our money this year. No. We should think of other ways we can try and increase our money this year.
I think we're beelining for Gravitic Tugs is all good and well, but I mean, that's 6 months that we've sacrificed, and we'll have to sacrifice another year of time to get there.
It will make up for it so many times over.
We could always come back to this. Like we could do.
I guarantee. Yeah, I guarantee this to you.
We could do something else first. And
I really think we need to use Gravitic.
Okay.
Behind the scenes programming note.
Fair enough.
We organized a veto that people would just be able to deploy as like, this is a thing that we have to do. We do not need to continue the discussion past this point. I'm saying we need to do this. And it is, I really think we should do this. Feel free to run back through the previous part of the episode and see how many times I said that.
Okay, what do we do this year then? What's the play this year?
Great question. I don't know.
Because anything...
So it comes down to the things that save us time. I think what we need to do this year is start planning what our second lab is going to be and start planning where it goes.
It's a good shout, actually. It's a really good shout. I mean, water up here, perhaps? Actually, that's not going to work.
This brings back the question, do you want to do Xena Studies or Xena Lab after this?
I think Xenotourism is viable here.
Sure.
I think it's better than Xeno Studies if it gives us the money to run an extra lab. I just don't love anywhere for a lab at the moment. Like, it's pretty miserable, actually, all around.
No, I'm totally comfortable with that. I will say, if you look at that arid colony again for a second, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets an extra person when it pops successful. So it can put a person out into the Primordial in order to get water. We're going to get it providing a person also to the remnant lab. The remnant that's creating the bots.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those bots go to mechanized harvest. You know what we suddenly have up there? An excess of water and a person.
Do we actually just straight up make this play? It loses us 2 income per year, but
yeah.
I think it's absolutely worth it. Yeah.
100%. Now, if you want to start thinking about the position planning, because I think we can get a water lab in there. That's what I'm aiming towards.
Okay.
Because the mechanized harvest, as soon as both of those get a bot, they've got an extra water, and that water, that's got to go somewhere, baby.
We can do a lab right now, actually, right?
We can do a lab right now.
Can we get... Oh, my... Oh, that's a shame. So
make sure to scaffold in your mind where the remnant lab is going. There's a viable position for it, totally.
Right
exactly.
Here, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is actually, that lab as close to that northern slipway as it can get?
Yeah, because we need the water. You want the water from this place, don't you? In fact, no, you want the water from this place.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a two-way trade.
I do.
Let's see if we can maybe move it a little bit closer. Yeah, okay. I don't think it's a huge difference. We can actually just pop this asteroid right now, skip the end of the year, and then we Gucci.
I'm just thinking about the positioning. Can
move it further across here if you want.
Yes. Because we've got to remember, the remnant lab needs to be able to connect from the arid and connect to both of the mechanized harvest worlds. And then the water from the mechanized harvest, it's worth noting, it's possible that the mechanized harvest that is currently failing, or that currently exists rather, doesn't put its water into the lab and it puts it up north instead for more trade income. But I would prefer it to go into the lab, so I'm trying to see a solution where we can get its water into the lab, the other mechanized harvest's water into the lab, and the remnant provides the bot to each of them, which I'm not seeing. It feels like it cuts itself off with that line that you're currently drawing.
I mean, we don't have to have the... I mean, we could leave the bot floating here, or alternatively, I mean, look, we could scout this year. I mean, this is fine. We can leave this as is for now. We can scout this year, hope that there's an extra, like, way for water to be connected up through one of these two planets, perhaps. Get us a little something. Yeah.
No, it'll be fine. The mechanized that we currently have set up is not going to put its water into that lab. We're going to find other water to put in that lab. That's okay.
Yeah, okay. All right. You want to... Okay, so we want to scan and then skip maybe, if that's a...
Yes.
So that's a 5 or that's a 4? What are you thinking?
I prefer the 4 with all the likelies because there are more of them that integrate with the system we currently have.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, it's not what we were hoping for.
It's actually not terrible. I mean, that's 2 ore output there, which immediately is very appealing for science, actually. That's maybe potentially something. All right, we're skipping this year anyway. All right, Gravitic Tugs, let's freaking go. We can also, in fact, no, hold on. We should pop this asteroid because it's never going to get better than that.
Yeah.
Then we should skip. Then we should do Gravitic Tugs. Then we can do 2 moves.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got to be...
I don't think you may only need to move it once.
Okay, so we are going for, like, what, here?
Yeah.
This might be...
Because again, that one in the pocket is being cut off. Yeah, that bumps against the planet.
Yeah.
But can everything connect to that?
We cannot afford.
7 away from being able to afford it.
Yeah. I think everything can connect, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But...
Yeah.
Do we have anything else? I mean, do we maybe not colonize this?
Okay, so How about you undo the push? Maybe because we need money right now.
Yeah.
We just do. Maybe we focus on doing the other Gravitic tug play, the one down to the south with the Forge World,
Mm-hmm.
right? Unfortunately, it really probably needs 2 pulls to get across as far as we need it. But if in 1 pull it can get far enough to provide its good to that Arctic world,
Yeah.
can you? Sorry, just drag.
Yeah,
18?
that's good.
Yeah.
Although we will not
Okay.
we will not have enough to do both. We could probably do this one maybe. 26.
I mean, unless it pops any success, it's not
worth.
super worthy yet.
I mean, it's time, and we're not. I mean, are we doing anything else this year? And it's a two-way trade. Actually,
it's also
for something. What
it is a two-way trade. It's also a loss of income though.
We're parity, I think.
Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that means that we don't have enough. We don't have more money next year to make this play.
We don't. No, we finished the play on that side.
Okay, you want to finish this
get
play.
the person from the Arctic going out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then I guess we do this and then just skippity skip.
Let's skip ahead and then scaffold the rest of that plan down there and then see where we're at.
This can take another year. There might be a way.
I don't like how long that's taking.
That gives us 31. And that gives us 80, which is great.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I like it a lot more now.
Okay, so that...
Because it finishes all of our two-way trades.
Correct.
And suddenly we're good.
Yeah. And then maybe we can actually make this play this year?
Love it. Yes.
Okay, so, like, here. Alright, so I think that's fine. And then we do this, this. It's pretty good. 41 income.
Nice.
Then this.
Pops are prosperous. You have to connect it to that before you connect it to the remnant.
Yeah, of course. There we go.
We no longer get the prosperous on that other planet, but we will get it soon. Don't worry.
I mean, we just need what? We need another robot? 2 import routes. And then what do we need? We need extra water or extra humans over here.
Mm-hmm.
Alternatively, could just study something else.
That's true. Okay.
I mean, we have the science. We can definitely take something. Is maybe gene adjustment? I mean, that it's treated us well before whenever we've taken it.
It definitely has. I like gene adjustment. I worry that... Do I? I'm not really worried about not being able to take Xenolabs or Xenostudies, but... Xenostudies or Xenotourism. But I feel like it would be a lot more fun, especially for you, if we did take one of those two, because one of the reasons I was also pushing really, really hard on Gravitic Tugs at the start is because I was like, we'll choose the other one for you. Don't worry. I'm
not bothered.
And I don't want to... I don't want to feel like I'm locking you out, you know?
I feel like Xenotourism is good, but only because it does give us real cash money. I mean, that's 51 without even getting the second or the third good in here. Although
it's gonna be harder to get.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get now that it's been, or now that the it's going to the Arctic world.
Mm-hmm. How about you undo those two?
Hold on, just 2 seconds. I mean, that gives us 55 income right there.
It's true. It's also 2 more colonized planets that aren't making anything for us.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
Could you have a look at some of our successful systems and see how far they are from popping prosperous, please?
We know this one just needs another successful. That one needs 1 more import and then 1 more successful compatriot, and that's going to be successful super soon.
Or an export.
Or an export, yeah.
It's pretty hard to export. Well, I mean, we could move the Primordium. Actually, interesting. That primordial there, if that came across, we could use that to make the wheat that then goes into the earth like in the south.
My
theoretical future.
Yeah, my pitch to that would be, if we're going to do that, let's wait until we get inertial nullifiers, because that'll do it in one fell swoop.
Good point. Good point. Well made. Could you also look at the arid to the south of the planet you just checked, please?
Yeah.
So no, the one in
one.
our system, the one that hadn't. Yes.
Export. One more
so
export.
This
the primordial.
It only needs one more export. Yeah, exactly. It only needs one more export, and then it will pop, I believe, successful, which will pop prosperous on that middle primordial as well, increasing our trade income again.
Wait, hold on. I've got this backwards. We're not exporting to this. We would be importing wheat through the monoculture farm, so we wouldn't actually be exporting a human.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only if we made that into a water lab or something instead.
We could.
It'd be exporting in person.
We could do that.
That's also true.
What does that take?
Oh, that didn't pop the primordial. Interesting.
I mean, we could.
I guess the primordial needs one more input.
Yeah, one more. One more. I think we should try and pog up our labs a little bit as well, if at all possible.
I also like that.
Because I mean, one more biomass over here would be great. I mean, it's literally hanging right here.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's possible Xenotourism is how we end up poking those back up. Sorry, Xenotourism. The hyperlanes is how we end up poking those up.
Infraspace. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
And then we also need to get water here as well, which we could do now. I mean, if we did that now, that would successful and then prosperous that. But it does... It increases our income by 5. But it's another planet colonized. I don't know. What's your preference right now? What's the play?
It's a good question.
Also labs, actually. I mean, or even maybe Xenostudy. I mean, if we were to do Xenostudies, where would we build it? Nowhere. I think the ship has kind of sailed on Xenostudies, to be honest.
I think you're right on that. We would have the ability to make one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's exactly how we would make exactly one right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. It's two
sites. It's not like it's bad.
Yeah. Actually, we would be able to make 2 if we were able to push this planet down into here.
Oh yeah, because you get an extra person from that arid when it pops.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Actually, next year, you'll have enough to get inertial nullifiers if you took Xenolabs right now. 6 and 11.
Xenostudies 6 and 11. All right, I think that's what we do.
Okay. I like it.
I think that's what we do. Okay, so let's scaffold the bits that don't... what do we lose? We lose 6 income. It's probably worth not doing that then. Yeah, I think we skip maybe, unless
that'll also finish the Vittori mission next year as well.
That's exactly why I was beelining so hard for it. Take that.
I love it.
Take this. Okay, so
this is a really good play.
Basically needs to go. I think that should be. Oh my god! Please don't video game. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, there's a pixel.
No. You can do it. You went wide and then you stutter steps little. Literally all you need to do is make sure you go as close to the mine as you possibly can without ever running into the mine. It has a broad area of effect around it. So as soon as your character starts getting pushed a little off to the side, you know that you're being influenced in that way. Okay, it didn't get pushed there.
Oh, come on. I think I try and swing a little bit closer to the primordial.
Yeah.
Oh, that's got to be well clear. Easiest.
And the other one?
Oh, it'll be fine.
Connecting down to the water world?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, this is
great.
That's pretty huge, actually. That's pretty huge.
Incredible.
That's pretty big. And a little injection of 8 science as well. I don't think you can go wrong with that. And that's max level, so yeah, it does tank our income a little bit, but we use like exports up and we use water up, so kind of good, I guess.
Yeah, and if that takes another person and suddenly becomes successful, it's good. This is really good.
Yeah. All right, missions. We happy with this state at the moment?
Yes.
Good. Ocean planet to prosperous. Bakar. Chip lab.
Ooh.
Chip lab is spicy, actually.
Chip lab is spicy, but also that's 20% reduction on cost for all of Foreign tech from here on out.
Yeah. God, we gotta take the 20% reductions, don't we? If we're going for late game stuff, we gotta take it, I think.
I think we do, but I also do want to quickly look at our oceans that are in our system. Is it just the one we just picked up?
Yes.
It's just the one we just picked up, which that's fine, right? That just needs one more import.
No, well, you say that, but these are never gonna successful.
Yes. So it only needs one more import from a colony of some kind. Well, yeah. And then, if you'll click on it now, so I don't actually have to say that, it's got the 2 successful. So if we made the colony successful, then it only needs one more successful adjacency.
Yeah.
And then it will definitely have its import-export also fulfilled.
And, actually, goods.
Try and get a good in?
Yeah.
It's not a colony.
That's...
What's it going to use the good for?
Sorry, right here.
Yes.
I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, it's doable. It's going to take a little while, but, I mean, the alternative is maybe checking out something over here.
Also totally possible. I do think we go with both of the 20% reductions and we use them to kind of guide what we're doing because right now, what do we want to do? We want to improve our economy, which if we don't want to expand the galaxy too much, that's accomplished through making things successful and prosperous. And then the second thing we want to do is get more sites.
Yeah, I think
it seems like everything we want to do is routed through both of those missions right now.
I think you're right. I mean, ooh, chips is tough though, right? Like 5 science.
So that's 1 person, 1 chip gets us the 1 base, and then 2 more chips, or a chip and 2 more people.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we have Forge World here, Forge World here, and that's it. That's chip capable at the moment. Maybe explore.
So we would probably be going with 2 chips. Yeah, we definitely need to do some exploring. We'd probably be going with 2 chips and 3 people if we can, but that's also like, where is the colony that has the ability to do all that stuff right now?
Maybe here, but I was kind of thinking that we'd get something going on down in this vicinity.
I like it. Why don't you show it to us?
We wanna have a little explore. Let's see what we can do.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not really nice, are they?
Yeah. Oh god. That's very sad. I mean,
Swamp's not nothing. Can you have a look at it for a second?
Yeah, just give me 2 secs. Let me see. Oh my lord.
Totally.
Ugh. Okay, that's Swamp's not nothing. It's not nothing. It's pretty dang close though. Maybe a colony here? Maybe?
Maybe. That's what I'm thinking, right? Because we want the extra chips for the primordial as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, the primordial, the Forge World that you just indicated.
Yeah. Oh, God, I think we have to, because ideally we want to hit a planet here to expand. I mean, it doesn't even get us any extra intel. Yeah, we need to hit one of these colonies up and. Oh wow.
Of course.
Do we change tack and maybe start investigating up here instead and just hope that, yeah, maybe. Oh god, but
do what you can.
But that still leaves us needing.
That is possibly something that we will be addressing in the near future still.
Yeah.
But we're gonna need to climb the tech tree a bit.
I That's okay. It's not bad. It's potential Xenolab, but what's going on up here?
Directly north of that's good.
Set a range. That's a shame, because that can be within range if we tug this, boom, boom, monoculture.
Well, I mean, you could also just tug the primordial across once.
That's
which
true.
you know
That's true. I don't know why. But I mean, that's an easy.
Yeah. And then that could export a person down to the primordial that we already have in the system, get it successful.
Yeah. Why don't we do that? We can do that right now, actually.
I like that. Yeah, it's good income if nothing else. And it also expands us up in that direction, which I think one thing we don't talk about enough, there's a Prosperous as well.
Yeah.
One thing we don't talk enough about, I think, in my mind, is claiming territory so that we can see more territory after it.
Yeah. God. Ugh.
You can still colonize that, but then you connect it up to the colony.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking if I was really just thinking if I could make any sneaky asteroid push in plays now that we've got inertial modifiers, just like trying to ram an asteroid in here.
The problem is it costs 20 to push something, so you would have to get 20 more. That was previously giving you 18.
Yeah,
and it would need to give you more than 38 to be worth more.
No, it's not. Yeah, no, there is no way. It's worth it with It's worth it if you get what you call it, the
asteroid mining. Not asteroid mining, but
gravitic mining.
Exploited asteroids.
Yeah, it's another. That's
the second level of that as well with the 300%. That would be a really interesting run, right? Where we're doing gravitic mining as well as pushing them into position.
Yeah,
I'm all about that life. That would be hilarious.
All right, can we get?
Yes.
I think that's probably that's probably pretty good. Come on, just give us a freaking Forge world or a Remnant world or something like that.
That's fine. We have others we can push around. Improves the output of each laboratory by 2. That's not bad. What's the self-hosting AI upgrade it unlocks?
It's 3. Yeah, plus 3.
Bud.
It's good. It's really good. But we only have 2 labs at the moment. We'll have a third, obviously, but
we will, and the extra upgrade on top of that. Hang on. Can you also check in Slipstream Relay?
Yeah.
The 2 things that unlock. Stream splitting is level 2.
Correct.
Okay, so we can only get 2 more level 2 technologies.
Oops.
So if we are going for the Slipstream Relay, then we also go quantum computing, and then we can't get stream splitting.
I mean, I think quantum computing is... Yeah, I think quantum computing is great. I think we should take that right now.
I think we should.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's very, very good. I'm very miffed about the fact that we've not found any other chip production facilities up here.
It is not a problem. It will come to us. Could you make the connection that, that previously we needed to make?
Is it 5 income? Pretty good.
Actually, you can also connect that primordium that we just hit up to the other primordium.
That's true. That's true.
More income.
That can also become something, a colony, perhaps. In fact, actually, that's a super easy colony. Very easy colony, in fact. Yeah, I like that.
You incorporate the water world up to the north.
Yep.
Before... It's fine. Can you look at the water world, though?
Yeah. What about it?
What is it upgrade? Does it need just people?
Just
people. Yeah, it would need a lot of people. But it can get people from that one to the south, and then it can... Yeah, that's probably the one we try and make prosperous, then. Although, then we have to find... Yeah, because it's connected to 2 colonies. We would have to find the ability to give them... It's not hard to give those colonies goods. We just put a forge world from the south upwards. We inertially tug it.
Yeah, we move...
It's going to cost a lot of money to do.
Move it from here,
or the one from the south. Yeah, that one.
I mean, we could move them both. Oh, God, that's gonna take.
I don't think we need both, right? It would just both goods would come from one Forge World to both of those
Yeah,
colonies up there.
I was just thinking in terms of chips, because if we get chips, of course, then that means that one of them can be used to make chips, one of them can be used to make goods. That gives us extra goods, extra chips, and maybe something labby. I don't know.
I don't think in the near future we are going to have the money to cart any of them across the galaxy.
I think
what we're looking for right now in terms of production for the 5 studying chip lab. Can you actually look at the mission that she has, the Vittori, please?
Yeah.
Get it to 5. Hey, guess what? That's literally just 1 chip, 1 person, and 1 more chip, baby.
Yeah.
Because we have a +2 modifier. And in fact, if we get the next level as well, suddenly we only need to put a person and a chip in.
Oh, I never even considered that. Of course. Oh, what a big brain. What a big freaking brain. Okay, I don't think there's any point of settling this year. Maybe scan. I mean, I kind of want to scan just so that we know that there's not a remnant world here. Because if there is a remnant world here, this mission becomes, like, done like that.
Okay. I'm not against it, but also we're still in the world where money is a little...
Yeah, but I mean, what are we going to do? Like a colony?
No, I agree that we should do the scout. I do like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe like 1 here and maybe 1 there and then that's it. Or maybe even just 1 here, honestly.
Definitely the one on the right.
That's... Oh, dude, look at that.
Double.
Look at... That's why I wanted to do it.
I know.
Oh, man. Okay, we probably still want to tug this up, though, right? Probably. For goods.
I don't think that's true anymore. I don't think that's true because if we are making colonies out of both of those, yeah, we want that connection. But also the wheat from the primordial going up cuts us off from putting any of the people into labs and stuff like that.
Don't need it.
I think we're actually dropping that.
We don't need a second people. We just need 2 chips, right?
Well,
Plus
we
2.
need 1 person and 2 chips. Yes.
Yeah, 1 person, 2 chips plus the 2 from the bonus. That'll get us it. But I mean, obviously, it doesn't solve the.
Yes, but that cuts off the wheat from the primordium
Yeah.
going to the northern colony.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is I don't think we're doing those colonies anymore. I think we're now pivoting to just fulfilling the mission immediately.
Yeah.
It's also worth noting, this would give us a 20% decrease on the Vittori costs, and then we can use that to fund the the next lab upgrade.
Hold up. It's possible we just get this colony and then just have that be the person? In the lab, right?
Sure, but in that world, then we still want goods on the other side, because where is the Forge World sitting that it provides goods to both of those colonies? Yeah, we can use that Forge World. I've no problems with that whatsoever. It's just the Forge World to the south, the proposal to bring that north is no longer valid, in my opinion, in any of the plays we're about to do.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair.
I'm totally fine if you want to go with the rest of the place there. My only contention was with that Forge World coming north. Sorry, I should have clarified that.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good point. It's a good point. It's just cash money is going to be somewhat tight this year.
Mm-hmm.
Decreases our income.
How far are we from our next size?
Loads. What? 6?
It's totally fine.
7? 7. But 6.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I really like the idea of making this a water export zone, though. Like, I think this is plays here, because there's so much that can be done with this.
I think it's good too. Can you connect to that in 12?
It's 13, Rhapsody. Come on, dude. I mean, that's just ridiculous. That is insane.
Of course.
Is there... I mean, look, we're not going to get a better deal from this asteroid, are we?
I think you're right. That's a poppy boy right there.
Even that one, to be honest, we can probably take if we need to.
I think you're also probably right about that being a poppy boy. If that actually gets us the full completion of our setup there, then I'm all about it.
I mean, that gives us 56. Does mean that we're floating like... There's only 1 upkeep cost. I think it's fine.
It's totally fine.
Yeah, it saves us the time. Okay, that's good. So we can still bring this across here. It is going to be a little bit more challenging. But we can get infraspace. This is fine.
Yeah, we'll worry about that in a bit.
Yeah.
Because I think that water world to the north is also having a bit of trouble in
Ooh.
terms of whether or not it's going to be the one that becomes prosperous.
We cannot move the Forebear Ruin, so we'd have to move this. It's not a problem. That's also out of range. That is a problem until we move it within range. But if we're moving it within range, then...
Yeah, maybe we undo all of that.
I think...
So, sorry. I think the reason we have to is because that water export to the north is going to be so much easier to prosper as a colony.
I think you're right.
It has a mine directly next to it. That's already a two-way trade with the person in the ore, and then literally we're just looking for a wheat. And then we can have a that other Forge World give goods to both of those colonies.
This one. Or this one. This one.
Yeah, that one over there.
Yeah.
The Gravitic Tug is pretty far. It would be like 3 Gravitic Tugs to get it over there. So it's 60 gold. It's a lot, right? It's an investment play.
Yeah.
And it's also possible we do, just a couple more scans out in that area and find something a little bit closer. But I do think that ocean world to the north is going to be far easier to prosper as a colony.
Okay, can we get this done this turn? We can do it. It can be done. We can get extra science here.
It would be 1 extra science.
3.
Oh, 3 extra science. You're right. Sorry.
There we go. We cannot even do that because we need the goods first.
But, yeah.
I think that's... Oh, man, that ain't... That... Oof, ugh,
It hits our income something fierce. Definitely. Definitely. We would need to find ways to transition this back into money quite quickly.
Yeah.
But I don't think those are completely beyond us.
I'm just gonna test to see if we can actually like ride this through. I very much doubt we can, but like I'm gonna see if we can go through. Okay, all right. That's what a great scientific test. No. Okay, we cannot take a shortcut apparently.
We may be in the realm of trying to find something a little closer with scouting.
I think you're right. Do you want to do that now?
Can you hit that 4-banger?
That's not a 4, I don't think.
3.
Yeah. But that's the source that we want, right? Like that's the...
It is. I mean, it might be a world where we get that and the other likely, right? Or the 3 that you noted to the north.
Yeah.
Oh, but I guess that's the same as the ones to the south.
Yeah.
You've got to think, like, the ones on the inside, the only way they disappear is by being checked. So...
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the 2 on the inside and then the 3 to the north. So that would be the one below the mine that is uncolonized right now, as well as that. Yeah, and then the 3 to the north if you can get those in a single hit.
Okay. Interesting. Oh boy.
It's okay.
I would just go for this, get it done. Honestly.
Money's harsh, but I agree.
Well, it's something. Let's have a look. Wow.
That's not much though.
It is a singular explore. If we want to do it. I think we got to do our mission, by the way. I think we got to try and focus up on that if we can.
I agree. So, centering ourselves back on that for a second then. We would need to get successful adjacencies with an ocean world. So the ocean world is going to need 2 exports. It's going to need 2 imports. It's going to need 3. It's obviously going to pop successful after that. And it's going to need all of its goods in as well. So it's possible that it needs more than 3 imports. but it's also going to need its neighbors to be successful, which is a really good point. That one's going to struggle because of the Xenolabs. How else would we accomplish it?
Yeah.
Because the only way that we can get imports to that or exports from that right now is to import people from the colonies that we then have to make prosperous, which is a hard road to hoe.
I don't think this is working. I do not think this is
There
working.
is that other one on the other side. Yes. How would we operate about this bad boy right here? If it was a farming thing, how would it upgrade the algae farm on the ocean?
Or biomass.
We got biomass nearby. We have ore nearby as well, actually, off to the left.
And here too.
We have a colonized ore nearby.
Yeah.
So the only input that it's missing is a bot. Well, it would be Gravitic Tugs, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's missing the import of a bot, which, if a bot went into the primordial jungle, actually, if another bot went into that, the jungle that is a mechanized harvest, yeah, if another bot went into that, that would actually give water to the, that would give water to that, which could go down to the remnant lab, which would then make the remnant lab make an extra bot.
Mm-hmm.
So we're using a bot to make a bot, but we're also increasing our trade income along the line.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
I like that, but we have to see, is there a position where the output of that remnant, that bot, can get into the ocean world as well as the biomass, as well as the ore? It might be colonizing the ore that you just saw.
Yeah, because then
right, and having the second output from there.
Because then that gives us the ability to make bots factory here. Yeah, okay, I think we skip here. Or maybe, I mean, that's...
I think we popped.
Yeah.
I think we pop asteroids.
I think that's probably as good as it gets. Probably as good as it gets.
Really badly. Not as good as it gets. We will probably be expanding that direction.
I think that's it. Unless there's a forebear ruin. I mean, there is a forebear ruin here and here. But we
can't connect to either of them right now.
Yeah.
Can you show us our income, please, so that I can see the modifiers? Upkeep, structure, upkeep, administrative costs. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Last tech. Flexible fabrication. Is that any good for us? It would give us one more good here.
It is goods for us.
One more goods here? Is that even... It's not worth it, though, is it? I mean...
No, it's not at all. We don't make many
It'll give us income.
bots, and we don't really have a plan to.
Let's see how much income it gives us. All right,
We'd have to...
not even bother then, I guess. That's cool. All right.
Yeah.
Take Slipstream.
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, slip hosting AI, right? Is that 30 right now, or self-hosting AI? Sorry.
16.
16.
Dude, that's crazy. Is it?
We are going to be able to do that time dilation, time compression immediately thereafter. We're going to the hecking moon.
Here's the...
I don't know what it is, but when I record a series with you, I am the closest to swearing as I am in any of my content right now. Not in a bad way. In a so there's a line that Frankie Boyle, I know you're not necessarily the biggest fan, but he had a show, I think in 2020. It was called Excited for You to See and Hate This. And one of the opening lines was we Scots like to swear. I'm not going to try and do the accent or anything like that.
No,
Scots
please,
like to swear.
please. The accent is imperative to my understanding of this joke.
Okay, I'll give it a go. We like to swear, you know. But it doesn't translate to the UK. Like if I tell the same joke in the UK as in Britain as I tell in Scotland, it gets a completely different reaction based on the kind of the word choice and stuff like that. In Scotland, swearing's not so much a curse as it is a warning that a noun is about to arrive.
It's very good. I actually think that Australia does swearing better than Scotland, to be honest.
I agree, and there have actually been British comedians that have, or British, broadly UK comedians, that have spoken about specifically that and kind of lauded Australia for that.
Yeah.
Also, Australia is one of the other places that has like a really strong stand-up culture, or did have a particularly strong stand-up culture for a really long time, that is kind of integrated with the British tradition. A lot of our comedians will go to Britain to try and make it big. A lot of British comedians will come over here. Kind of both of them treating the other as a training ground before they go to America, but whatever.
Yeah.
It happens.
It happens. I love panel shows. I just love panel
All
shows.
about it.
Yeah.
I've been watching so much 8 out of 10's cats on YouTube recently.
8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown is probably my favorite. That scene with Sean Locke and Miles Jupp, you know the one that I'm talking about. You definitely know the one that I'm talking about. When they when they're like yeah, you know the one that I'm talking about.
Yep.
Oh, Claude.
Good luck.
Yes, I won't even try to explain that for the viewer. Just Google it if you're interested in watching probably the funniest panel skit that you'll ever see. It's so good.
That is the one that makes Jimmy cry.
Yes.
I believe he cries laughing in response to that. There's good reason for it.
It's so funny. So funny. Slipways.
So we have that whole system already scaffolded. So if you'd like to set that up, we've got the 70k for 70. I mean, look, it might each credit might represent 1,000. I don't know.
Maybe 1 billion. Maybe 1 trillion. Okay.
It's true.
Where are we moving this to? Where are we moving Ocean World to?
Well, are we moving it, right? It only needs the input from the 3 things that are nearby it.
What were we building here? Algae farm.
We were making an algae farm, yes. Now, here's a good point, right? That algae farm is probably going to want to try and create a person with that wheat. And the easiest way to do that would be the Arctic that we're currently looking at. Yeah. Because as soon as you put that extra bot into the jungle, that's also going to have an extra biomass coming out.
Oh, but we want to... Oh, actually, we can do this.
So we just do a push.
Oh, we can do this?
No, because that... Well, but that ore is going to need to come into the ocean world, right?
You're right. Yeah.
There's a workable version of this system. We just need to push something somewhere, and it'll be okay. Okay. So let's think about the inputs, outputs, right?
Yeah.
That needs the output from the ocean world, and it needs the input from the jungle world. The jungle world also needs to get its input from the forge world, which means the solution is moving the forge world between the triangle of the mineral, the swamp, and the remnant, I think.
Mineral.
Right? It goes
swamp.
there.
Yeah, right here.
Ooh.
Yes? Yes.
Yeah.
Right here.
What? No?
No, I think it does. I mean, the water is...
Well, because we're putting the bot into the northern swamp so that it creates an additional water.
Hold on.
Which then goes to the remnant world, which creates an additional bot. We don't get the bot from the forge world down to the other one.
Let's scaffold.
Right, that goes across here.
Let's scaffold this out. Hold on. So the bot is coming from here, right? Then this turns into this. This turns into this. This goes down there. Wheat export. That's another thing that I didn't even consider, but that is a problem. Is the here's the play. We move the Arctic world into the middle here.
The scaffold for me.
I mean, literally just Arctic world in the center of this zone, and I think that solves everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Arctic world's not going to prosper.
I mean, it just needs to be somewhere for the wheat to go, I think.
It needs to be successful.
Oh,
it
you're
does
right.
need to be somewhere for the wheat to go as well, right?
You're
but
right.
It also wants to be successful.
I mean, making it successful is a problem. Although, to be honest, we're going to have that problem with whatever we do. I mean, even if we turn this into a colony, we're still going to have a problem of where do we find the goods.
You say that. Oh.
Colony?
Wait. No. It can't be that, right? Because then suddenly we have to find a good from somewhere. It's
Here.
Because we need the bot. Okay, so here's what it is. That does become an algae farm, but it goes up. Right?
Okay.
So, as in, it gets Gravitic Tugs up towards the others.
Okay.
To the left, yeah. To the left. Yep. Up in that direction. Because it wants to take a biomass also from the northern one. Which will pop that successful. The other one pops successful as soon as we get water. This is after the bot gets funded in. So we're talking in a moment. So it's got 2 successful adjacencies already, and then as soon as another person gets into that swamp, that's its 3rd successful adjacency.
Okay, or what are we doing with the wheat? The wheat's still... That's...
The wheat's still the choke?
The wheat...
Well, it would go out to Arctic.
Or infraspace. But it's... Actually, we're not like a million miles away from... We're not a million miles away.
Are, but... There is a perfect version of this system.
Yeah.
That we...
Yeah.
I feel like it is actually imperative that we focus on this and find it.
I agree, for sure. Are we served by doing a little bit of scanning? We can't even scan.
Where?
Maybe down here? I mean, maybe...
I wouldn't be opposed to just seeing what both of those 2 in the south near the ocean world are, because they might completely transform our plan if they're relevant.
God, so bad, though. There's nothing. There's nothing here. All right, yep, I think that's...
Well.
That makes a very compelling case for this to be a colony.
It does, doesn't it? It makes an exceedingly compelling case for that to be a colony.
I mean, that's... Yeah.
It would be coming from there, and then the person has 2 different outputs it can have.
Yeah, literally there, and then...
And that's a successful.
That's a successful. This will successful as well, because it'll have 2 outputs, and...
No, it still needs to fulfill all of its inputs to successful.
Hold up.
That's the thing, right? Getting water into that system.
I've got it.
Yeah?
Thawing facility, we move this to here. We can produce goods from... we can produce goods from robots, which we can get from here. Although, can this produce... this can't produce any more robots.
No. You are right. You are right. It can produce more bots. You do the thawing facility, you put its water into the remnant, the remnant gives it back a bot instantly.
Yeah.
Gives it back instantly. Gives it back instantly. Can you look at the remnant again for me for a second, please?
The remnant, yeah.
Yeah, so it is the max 3. That's what you were checking previously?
Yeah, because then we're not going to be able to produce bots. We're not going to be able to make a goods factory that uses bots, but we can just make it use...
yeah, it can totally use goods, right? Because the ore can come from there. Which actually does mean that Arctic still goes in the same position, and it still does that 2-way trade.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's making the successful, and it's getting the extra water that goes into the mine to get the extra ore output for the goods.
It's still a good play.
It is.
Yeah, yikes. Okay, so...
that's my type of humor. What are you doing? I'm gonna file a copyright strike. Excuse me.
Just gonna not on the...
Oh man,
it's probably the best joke I've ever made.
I've listened back to that bit.
Me too.
Like so many times.
What's the order of
Have
operations?
you ever thought about like? You ever thought about doing like an after dark stream?
Yeah, I mean,
Is that something you've ever considered?
yes and no, because like, well, kind of like Ninja. I mean, he does that, right? Like, I think.
I don't.
I don't know either.
Seldom.
But
Seldom. I know precious little about it.
I'm a huge ninja lord.
Mm-hmm. What I love to do most is do Fortnite dances in the public square in New York.
Very awkwardly. Yeah, yikes. Oof. What am I doing here? I can't even... Order of operations is kind of imperative
Okay,
so we don't lose cash.
Ah, right. Okay, so July. How many do we have left in the year if you just hover over the calendar? 6 months left in this year. Okay. So if we colonize 2 things, we're already not doing anything, right? So the order of operations is whatever you can colonize without giving us a negative income.
What are we...
Sure.
That's actually okay. Yeah. Maybe this as well? No. But asteroid makes up for the 4 lost income. But, I mean, we can just skip and then take the asteroid, to be honest, so...
Yes.
No big deal. Okay, we have tech. Self-hosting AI, is that worth immediately taking right now?
I believe so.
Or...
So self-hosting AI is +9. It costs us
It won't be.
it's
not
11.
+9. It's not. It's only +1 additional to each science lab, if that makes sense.
Oh, so it's not. Oh, so it's not additional 3. It's an
yeah.
additional 1. Oh, okay. That's significantly less valuable than I
Yeah.
thought it was actually. So yeah, I could see us waiting for time dilation or infraspace mastery first instead.
If we get infraspace, dude. I think we save for infraspace. Immediately pog up this with an infraspace route. Pog up this with an infraspace route. Yeah, I think that. I mean, that will justify taking self-hosting AI after infraspace. Alternatively, could just wait for time dilation and then just crank out that value early. I mean, either way, it doesn't really change the nature of the game.
What
right
is
now.
the cost of the one after time dilation?
24. That's dirt cheap,
and that's
actually.
is that its base cost, or is that its modified by 20% lower cost?
Good question. That's its modified lower cost.
Okay.
I mean,
so if we got time dilation next year, we could actually also the year afterwards get the extra extension.
Literally, the only decision we have to make now is, do you think self-hosting AI is worth taking at this moment in time?
I think no. Instead, I think we actually go both time dilations.
So it's cost 16. It gets us 3 extra science. 3 extra science. 4, 5. It takes us 6 years to repay. So it would be worth it technically, but I don't think it's just too slow. I think you're right. Yeah, let's not take it. Okay. Let's get this set up. This set up. This set up. This set up.
I'm second guessing something that I just said actually. Specifically, I don't think we go double time compression at the start. And the reason for that is because our limiting factor at the moment is time. Yes, but it's also money. We're getting to the end of every year and being like, all right, we're out of money and we have to go to the next one.
Yeah.
We need to fix our money so that we can actually use all those extra months rather than just skip all of them.
Yep.
Which means I think we go in for space mastery. I think you're right.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, infraspace mastery only costs us money. I mean, I haven't scaffolded any uses.
It would be able to fix money for other things as well.
I'm sure it would. Yeah. I'm sure it would. Okay.
Not sure what yet, but...
So this just needs goods. Now, goods are a little bit of a pain in the backside here, because we're going to need to bring this down to, like, right in the middle here. I don't think it's necessarily a problem, because we can always exploit and then just move as the last action in the year. So we don't have to colonize. Are we going to be able to... Okay, then.
Yeah.
I think that'll work.
That's fine.
Okay. So there's infraspace, time dilation, or sleep replacement. Is it just sleep replacement, actually?
God, it might be sleep replacement
If we
first.
do, we should try and do it after we prosper this. I think. Because
right,
that's the 20%.
So we have the 20%. Yeah. That saves us 8.
Yeah.
Wait, if that saved us 8, so it only costs 32, we would have 14 left over, and then we get 19. We would actually be able to get the Infraspace Mastery the year after, if we can reduce its cost.
Yeah.
So this year we need to prosper that planet. If we can, obviously.
I'm skeptical that we're going to be able to do that. What do we need?
Are you?
One more export?
Connect that up to the Primordial. So the Remnant, there you go.
Oh.
Prosperity.
Oh, that was so easy. Wow.
That's what I was thinking.
I never
right?
saw that
all
connection.
the people around it that want people.
I never.
Oh, okay.
I literally never saw that connection. I was just thinking, oh my goodness, what are we gonna do?
Oh, you're a genius even without trying that.
That's, or a trying idiot, actually.
Or a genius without trying. Let's see those missions though.
Let's have a look. So this is actually easy, I think, if we get self-hosting AI. I'm gonna actually make the pitch that we should really seriously try and do this so that we can get the tech discount, though. Because
I don't think we're finishing 3 Bakar missions as well, because we also have to finish another mission alongside every one of those Bakar missions of a highest tier. I don't think we are getting the Bakar negative 20%. Now, do I think we should get a Bakar to successful? Yeah, I think that's totally a reasonable play. But I don't think we're doing the other one.
The other one. Hold on. Yeah, well, you never know. It could be easy. It could be easy.
You're right. I don't know. I strongly suspect.
I think you're right, though. I think you're right. I mean,
but I think the first step that we're taking in both circumstances is both those bottom 2 select.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay, and then let's check out sleep replacement. See what we get here. 36, 128. I think that's just the play, isn't it?
Absolutely essential. Because we need that money so we can then get time dilation and things like that, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay, so successfully an ore world. That's a shame because we just did one actually, but
that's fine. We've got that one to the south that literally just needs a water, and you can pipe that in from base. Oh, needs a water and output. Okay, so you can't just pipe that in from anywhere then. However, what I think we should do right now before we handle that is start looking around for things that we can use Infraspace Mastery to solve.
Okay.
Right? We might be able to make a bunch of things prosperous right now, for instance.
Yes.
So let's have a look at the things on the inside of our system. Because anything that we can pop prosperity on is going to be incredible. So if we can have a look at the things that look like they're successful and basically fine, that just wants one more import. That could easily take a water or a or that from that. That
or
would be 100% fine.
Yeah, but either or.
That water could easily go to the lab to the north in order to help us complete the Vittori mission instead.
Yeah, you're right.
But because that swamp world is connected already to a lab, I think that's 100% the play. I think we put down the Infraspace Mastery and then connect that swamp world to the Primordial.
Yeah.
I think the income's going to be bananas out of that.
There's water there. I mean,
that water there could easily come down from the previous place that you just pointed to, right? And it could go to the right side of the... no, it would go... Yeah, exactly. No, not down to there. It would go down to the right side of the swamp and then into the middle into a Infraspace Mastery.
Oh, into here.
Just so that it doesn't... No, it would go across to the
oh, yeah.
You just...
There. Yeah, got you. Here.
Yeah. It's just... Huh? The swamp goes into the Primordial.
Yeah.
The Arctic goes into the mineral. And then I'm
Yes.
scaffolding so they don't run over each other.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, we're on the same page here. 100% on the same page.
Cool. This is probably the last year that we're going to have to skip a little bit because we need money.
I mean, yeah. Is there any asteroids? Can we roid it up a little bit? I think we take this, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess.
Are we gonna do anything else with it?
No, I think you're right. We may end up possibly doing something else with it in the future, but we want the month right now more than we want anything else.
Any scans? I mean, that's a 5-banger there if you want it, but...
I think you send out scans anywhere you can. Money's about not to be any more tight. Money's loose now.
Loose money. Okay.
Love that.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm gonna
keep going up on that coast.
I'm gonna see if
if
we can do this, because if there's something like watery down here, that's actually perfect.
We found all our verge wells.
That's so perfect. That's the. Is that within range? It's not, but it can be bumped up here, and that can easily be chips here. I mean, it's outputs. We just get the input from infraspace. Yeah. I think we can do this. All right, so one more. What you think? Here, maybe? Oh, I hate this.
I think you do both of those.
Okay, that's
totally okay.
That's fine. I mean, I doubt we're gonna use them, but that's okay. All right, infraspace. Boop. Let's do it. Then we want to yoink this up here, I think.
Yeah.
Just crash it into the slipway if we can. What am I looking for? That. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Raps. Oh, my goodness.
Love it. We don't worry about that yet. We fixed the inner things we mentioned previously.
Yeah, and that's where where you want it, or you want it somewhere?
No.
Okay, you want it the opposite.
I wanted it to the right side of the swamp that we're using to connect to the other one. Yes.
There you go.
Because then the swamp connects to the primordial in the midline.
I'm with you. I'm with you. We're on the same page at long last. It's a long book, but we got there.
Unfortunately, we can't accomplish that this year.
Can we place down one more infraspace?
Oh no, we can do that this year.
Yeah, we can. We can do something this year.
Do it.
Wait, what am I doing? What, this one?
Prospering the primordial, yeah.
Oh my god.
Because it prospers too.
I like that play. I just wonder if we're perhaps better served with lab inputs first. Because money's not a problem. Like we're fine.
When we take the other techs, the extend 3 months to every year, as well as Slipways cost you no time, suddenly money is going to be our only real limitation. We need to make money real well. And we can do excess things with like, for instance, there's that, the mechanized harvest that we set up super early on, right? The one that now does have a bot in it.
Yeah.
That one can take another bot, that gets another water, it gets another, it gets another water. Not that one, the other one. Gets another water, which you can pipe into the lab.
This one, sorry, yeah, this one.
Or this honestly, either of the mechanized harvests. In fact, that mechanized harvest on the outside, if that was the one that... Each of them is not connected to one lab and is connected to the other lab, right? So it is strange.
Yeah. I mean, we can...
Yeah, actually, if a Forge World was included in there, we could get the ore into it from the planet that already has an excess ore. We could get the water into it from one of the mechanized harvests it connects to, specifically the one to the north, because that one's already giving water to a lab. And then it can throw out bots to both of them. Both of those pop successful. They probably start working towards popping Prosperous on others. And then we can export each of those, their excess resource to the lab.
right?
No. No, it would be connecting the excess bot from that. It would be connecting the excess bot you get from Hermes over to the other mechanized harvest. So not the Arctic
This
at
one.
all.
This one. Okay, I'm with you.
Yes, that one.
I mean, what do we need to?
Because then that.
Need chips to upgrade.
Although.
Yeah.
I think your play has a huge amount of merit as well. Because what we're trying to get from that mechanized harvest in the middle is water.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And we can get water from the one that you just connected to. I think you do your one instead. I think you're right, actually. I apologize for attempting to correct you. That's not the connection you want to do, though.
What did I do?
Forge World goes down... sorry. Forge World to Arctic.
Yeah. Yep. Infraspace
And then
to
the Forge Worlds... Yes.
Yeah.
And then the Forge World up as well. Forge World up to the Mechanized Harvest.
Yep.
Right? So that's got the excess water.
Yep.
No, you don't award that to anything because that water wants to try and... It wants to go somewhere that's not prosperous, right? We can solve that later.
Okay.
But that biomass from there goes into the biomass lab, and then the water from the harvesting goes to the other lab as well.
Yep. Yeah.
There you go.
This is...
I don't know if those can...
They
it would go around that way.
They can, but like we have to do it like...
Make
this?
a normal one.
Yeah. I would just skirt.
I don't like that.
Yeah, we just skirt around it. It's a little...
Yeah.
A little dicey, but...
I don't even think it's a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then looking at that water... So that water could try and go to the one that already is prosperous. Or it could go to the north, fulfilling another import to that.
What, like here?
Yeah, that would only need a wheat output to become successful right now.
I can do that over
I mean,
here.
it only needed a wheat output to become successful previously, but
Yeah.
it's easier to prosper now.
Yeah, for sure.
You also don't need to allocate that unless it's increasing our income.
It does, by 6, actually.
Okay, worth it.
That's actually by 7. It's better up top.
Whilst...
It's better up top.
Yeah, true. Also, let's have a quick look-see at the old Tech-roomies. Self-hosting AI gets us 3 tech towards the...
Oh, man, Is there... Is there a world in which we actually do reconsider this as a colony? We have infraspace. If we get this one connection in here, that's the extra science that we need. If, of course, we combine it with self-hosting.
Also, we have other excess people, and we have labs that aren't fully staffed. I think we can get that one anywhere.
We do, but it would have to be done in a... It would have to be... Like, what, here?
I think that's exactly what it would have to be, yeah. And then self-hosting AI?
And then we take self-hosting AI. That's really good, in fact. I mean, that leaves us, like, 1 year away. Is there...
I like it.
You know, is there a way that we can, like, stick down another lab? I know that maybe sounds insane.
I think there might be, but I think that would have to be prompted by Vittoria asking us to do that.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Should we... Yeah, let's look at missions. If we're happy with this, then...
Definitely.
Let's progress on. Also, we really should see if we can try and get these 2 forebear ruins, because now they're going to be super high value. They could be tech. They could be tech, for all we know. It's... That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, we're exceedingly unlikely to do that, Bakar. Hey, I'll tell you what, trade hubs are not hard for us to set up at all.
No, very easy. Science is also not tough. I just... We got such a long time
that would
left.
That would be setting up our new lab.
Oh, dude, that's it. That's actually... Oh my god, that's it. Our new ore lab.
No. That's not at all what I meant. It's the bottom would be the Vittori from us setting up a lab. I don't think we're trying to set up an ore lab right now, because suddenly we have to make the people to make the ore, so we have to make the wheat to make the people. We are so many degrees removed from doing that, and it's a lot of places to colonize. But import hubs, easy for us to make, and you want to make more labs. We can easily do the Vittoria one as well. The Vittoria is not going to require us to make 8 minerals at all. The Vittoria is only going to need us to have 2 minerals and 2 people.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I know this is, like, kind of crazy, but mineral, water, colony. That gets us water, fully stocked colony.
Oh, right, with the slipstreams.
With the slipstreams. Mineral output. That gives us 6 mineral output if we're able to find a use for the minerals, which shouldn't be too difficult, actually, if we bring this forge world across anyway.
You need 2 outputs of minerals for each of them.
Yeah. One would be the lab. The other would be the forge world. Or even colony.
And then you're not getting the water to go into the...
We're not, but if we find some water up here, it's a simple gravitic tug away.
This is so much harder to do than the other 2.
The only reason that I'm suggesting this is because of that 20% tech discount. But to be fair,
I recognize that, but the 20% will save us 10, whereas not doing that and just focusing on other things will save us far more.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we've only got 2 techs left anyway. Well, 3 techs, but yeah. I think we'll be fine. I think you're right. Okay. Those 2 then? All right. I mean, you know, the crazy thing is we can actually stick down a second lab for any excess resource that we have. So if we have any, like...
That's also true.
Any biomass floating, we don't really, but, you know, we could if we wanted to, for example. Because of that extra bump in production, we still get, like, decent numbers from it now. From the labs, from secondary labs.
Okay. Nowhere else really wants that bot at the moment. Or at least nowhere we can really want to connect to right now.
I mean,
let's start going around looking at the successfuls and seeing how to prosper them. Because what we're really doing right now is increasing our score while we wait for the next year.
This is possible.
Great.
There we go.
Incroyable.
Yeah, it's okay. Also, we have no late game happiness techs here, so we need to sort it.
It's okay. We fix our resource shortages.
Yeah.
That's not going to be too hard for us to do.
No. Okay, sorry. What did you want to do?
There's 2 things I want to do. I want to go from the left to the right of the galaxy, looking at individual planets and seeing, number 1, how do we prosper them? Number 2, can we make this a trade hub?
We can make this a trade hub.
No, it would need to go from 2 imports to 3.
Oh, I thought it was 5 imports. Hold on. Establish. Oh, sorry, I got the number.
5 import hubs.
I got the numbers mixed up. Oh, goodness me.
It's all good. So that Earth, like, up to the top left, it's a Gaia world currently. If that got another person, import hub. Also, can we check its... actually, if it got another person, I believe that's both an import as well as prosperity.
Yep, it is.
It's possible that we want to undo the science thing that you just did for the 1. Let's not immediately do that.
Okay.
I think we now look at the rest of the galaxy and see what we're doing with those. Because it's also possible we find another colony we want to make.
We can double these up. Like,
can't do either of those.
Why not?
Look at them.
Why not? They've already got 2 imports. We just add 1 more water and we're golden.
Oh, you want to treat them as import? Is that gonna work?
I mean, it's trash because they just consume money and they don't give us anything. But I mean, look, I can.
Yeah,
We can try.
let's see if that does.
It does indeed.
It does. I think that's one of the most inefficient ways to do it because a lot of the other ones are going to prosper or become closer to prosperity while doing it as well.
I
So
agree.
we'll leave those in the back pocket. But now, if we can have a look at the Forge World there, please.
Chips or not really possible, unfortunately.
Not really, but if something else also wants ore in this area or also wants chips in this area, maybe we find a way to fit it in.
That's not possible.
That one,
This,
2 ore.
this
unlikely.
is actually.
It just needs a water or a person.
Here's my pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Water from here. Extra output. But we need to find an extra robot for here, which would have to come from here, which is a disaster zone. So maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, we could theoretically do that, and there is also a plan in place to be able to get that Forge World you just indicated to get an extra robot. There are microchips to the north of that. Not hard.
Oh yeah.
It's a long road to hoe, but we can talk about that at the time. I think that's I think that's reasonable. It's just very tough to get it sorted out like that.
Yeah.
However, how about this? That mineral world that you were just trying to solve in the south next to the Forge World. In the south next to the Forge World.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one, it wants a person, right? And that other Earth-like up into the top left also wants a person. So if we create a colony around here, I don't know if there's an Earth-like directly in the middle of them. If we happen to make that into a colony, it can put a person out into each of those, make them both prosperous, I think, even, as well as import hubs.
Yeah. I think that's the best.
We would have to find a way to make the wheat, but I don't think it's too rough.
Is that a better
We
colony?
could even just bring the wheat all the way. I don't think so, because we also need water over there, right?
Yeah.
That would be we could even just bring the primordial to the south. We could just bring it all the way over using a bunch of slipstreams. But if we're doing that, we would do that after we get slipstreams don't cost you time to take. Time to make, rather.
Yeah.
Which is, it's next year. We have access to that.
Okay, here's the other thing. I think we might have to legitimately place down another lab. In fact, we have to place down another lab. We are hard capped on our current labs. Actually, no, tell a lie. 1, 1, 2. Okay, no, it's not possible.
It's only 1 for each.
But I actually, tell you what, we could do more of these.
That's also true, although they're
garbage.
Significantly less valuable than laboratories at this point. So we're studying everything except for bots and
ore.
Bots and ore.
Yeah.
Okay. I still think that's probably the final one that we sort out. I think we sort the Euphorian mission out first because it will also increase our income, and that is going to be our only limitation as soon as our techs are finished.
Yeah, man, we got a real shortage of peeps, don't we? It's quite chronic.
Yeah. Can we go back to the scan from left to right?
Sorry, yeah. This kind of have a roadmap. This has already been completed. We know how to complete this one. That's already done.
Yep.
This one probably
never
not
popping prosperous.
Well, probably.
It's not.
Actually no.
It doesn't have the ability.
It can.
Okay.
All we need is another robot because after that we get ourselves a biomass export route and a water export route. Like those are 2 really easy routes to connect up. If we get an extra robot.
You're right. You're right.
But it's a nightmare.
Okay, so it's hanging a bot at the moment. Obviously, the prosperity lane there is not going to be increased at all. Hard to do so.
Yeah.
That primordial to the south, not really relevant at the moment. The Forge World to the north of it would need... I mean, like, we have more microchips to the north that can come down to both of those Forge Worlds. It's just their exports that we have to sort.
Yeah.
we could use the export of that bot in order to go over and start that other plan. But again, that's another thing that we would want to do next year after we have the Slipways cost us no time to build.
Yep. Okay.
So let's start moving north.
Okay, so this has already been done.
The
That's
jungle immediately to the north of that. Yeah, so that can become an import hub, but it would need a bot from a different planet. I don't think that's likely. Another person for that primordial. That's possible.
yeah. That's actually not bad. In here,
Yeah, it gives you your forebear ruin as well as pipes one into that. Could even pipe one into the
it's everything.
the old lab there. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I also really do want to look at these forebears as quickly as we can.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so that. How much are we losing? 4 income? I think maybe that's worth it just for the time.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Time dilation.
Space-time aversion is going to save us a lot more time. We take time dilation next, but space-time aversion first.
I agree. Okay, Forebear Ruin first, I think, maybe? Help set the tone.
Sure.
That is actually fantastic.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. That's really good. That's really excellent.
Do the rest of the colony scaffolding first, but then we have so many things solved.
Okay. Goods, I still think taking this across, even if it does take two years or whatever.
I mean, it can take a good from the forebear ruin. It would just be one slip way between them.
Yeah, but if we take this across, then we can get both of them.
That's true.
Okay, what was I doing with this? This goes into there. That gets us the hub status.
And then the bot. Yeah, the person across, of course.
Yep. And then the...
I'm not... Sorry, I keep saying it like you're not immediately doing it. It's fine. It can go north of those slipways.
It can definitely fit in there. Also, the good news is I don't know if these infraspace things, if they count as slipstreams or not.
Yeah, they do.
But hyperlanes don't. That's the thing. That's what doesn't. I recall. Okay. That is not the order of operations here. That needs to go like that. Then we connect up. Then it gives us the choices, which is nice. And then we need what?
But do the choices matter?
Well, yeah, because if we were just going down to here, then it wouldn't allow us to get the extra routes. Does that make sense?
Right, yes, because you need to be trading
Correct.
with 3 or more successful.
Correct. So literally that makes us prosperous. I believed in the mechanized harvest. I believed.
As well you should, clearly. As well you should.
So yeah, okay, it's good, but I mean, it doesn't really...
That excess person from the Earthlight can actually go to the other Earthlight in the north for another import hub.
Earthlike in...
The one in the north left.
Ah, yes, gotcha.
So? Hello?
Yes, yes. Can't afford the costs. Okay, you don't love that. Man, it's costing us a lot to build these slipstreams. It's spicy.
This is why I keep trying to focus on the income for a little bit, you know?
I appreciate that. What else?
Gotta count them beans, you see? Gotta count them beans. I mean, we could start pushing that Forge World over.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I think you'll play with the Forge World's a good idea. Definitely.
3 pushes, maybe? 2 pushes.
Depends how much you want to nestle it.
That's just the most... Actually...
It's 3 pushes. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. It can sit here and just go through normal slipstream, actually.
Sure, but also that will be more expensive slipstreams for us.
It's a great point. I mean, we've got the time, we've got the cash. Well, actually, we don't have the cash.
It's just the slipstream creation for us is a little bit of a cash strap, so we want to make them as short as possible. Whereas Gravitic Tugs is always 20 rather. Sorry.
We will get an extra person back from this whole situation. Also, we need to I put that over there, which we will be able to do.
That'll happen as soon as we make that good.
Are we skipping here?
Mm-hmm.
Right, we're skipping. Okay, new tech, take time dilation. Yeah, we do take it. I was thinking, is there ever a world where we maybe don't take it, but it's free time.
Don't know what to do with all this free time.
It's so lovely. That in there, that in there, that in there, that in there. Does that get us any import hubs? That's a bit of a sad, actually. That's ready to pop to an import hub. That's ready to go too.
Yes, it got us a prosperity.
Yeah.
Those are both going to be a bit rough to make import hubs because we would need to suddenly make a bunch of other things. But mostly that was for solving the resource shortage up there.
If we could get a water world.
I mean, we would also need to find more outputs for all of the microchips. And they exist, but that's a lot of slipstreams again as well. I think like that is a plan to what is it accomplishing in the end, right? We have those other ones we'd already identified as import hub possibilities that we can go and look at.
Yeah. So what? Robots there.
They would have to be from a new robots planet as well, unfortunately, which that's a little bit of a problem for us.
Yep.
Water to the mineral directly to the south of that, or a person.
Yep. Person is possible out here. Oh, that's a horribly expensively long slipstream.
True, but it's not bad.
I feel like there might be a better. way. I don't know. Okay. Here's a pitch. What if we push this forge world all the way up to here, and then good and good? I'm just thinking because like these are two that just need the same resource because they're the same planet type. And they're ready to go.
And then you're piping the ore in from
this one, probably.
Which is going to run over another slipstream.
Not if it goes like right here. It's a little bit of a toughie. But actually, hold up. We could undo to the point where we do. We could undo to the
point where that gets water from one of the other things. I don't think we can undo that far.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe you're right. Okay, well let's leave that in there. What do you think? Any other import hubs that you're interested in seeing right now?
So there's two things that can become an import hub with just one person.
Yeah.
Right. There's that swamp in the south that's prosperous, and then there's that mineral we were just talking about.
Yep.
There's also a colony to the south that it's the arid that we haven't colonized yet.
Yep.
That could output 2 people. It's got a wheat next to it, and it's got 2 water inputs that it might want. There's a water world nearby. So that is a plan to get 2 import hubs, as well as another active colony, and use outputs from another thing.
I love it. Let's freaking go.
It's not gonna want to move past those 2, but there you go.
Yes, it's nestled. Okay.
Nestle.
That's actually also
those people
an import hub as well. Weirdly now. It just
yeah, if we get an ore, and it can rather we can get it from the other planet.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. I love how it says 0 months, 34 out of range. We can do better than that. Oh Come on. Come on.
Just can't afford, but it is. No, we can't afford. It's in raid. We just can't afford it.
What else?
This is why we're taking care of income as much as we can by doing the import hubs first, so that we can fund all this stuff. We only have 2 months left in this year. We're already on Uno.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. This is the last month this year because we haven't got the second one unlocked.
Correct. All right, skip. Unless we want to scan, actually. Do we want to scan? I don't know how valuable that really...
I think we do, and I think it's out to the east. So, west, sorry.
Actually, hold on.
There's a 4-banger out to the west.
Sorry, that's a free import hub right there, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't even...
Remember? We were going to build that with the standard slip relay.
All right, there we go. We can build that then, because it will...
Sure.
It'll change our upkeep by 1.
Oh, no.
I know. How will we cope? Okay, that's 4. What was this other one that you were suggesting? It was that there. There we go. Boom. Easy. Okay. Nice. Time compression. Time dilation. Boom, boom, boom. There is no more techs. We got 3 years left, but it's actually more.
Yeah, it's 45 months. So, what? 45 months, it translates into just under 4 years?
No. 45 months.
45 months. 48 months is 4 years. So 45 months is just under 4 years.
But it's actually
right?
5. Wait, hold on. It's all of 22, all of 23, all of 24, and all of 25.
Oh. So wait, we have 4 more years.
Yes. 4 times 15.
Okay.
Is
right, so it's 60, so it's 5 years.
It's 5 years, yes.
Year.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. You know how many times we've asked for an extra year?
After this year, does anyone else want, does anyone else want to run the risk of asking for an extra year? Does anyone else want an extra year? Exactly.
I think we're fine. I think we just call it quits here.
Forebear Ruin. We need to do Forebear Ruin. We can't do Forebear Ruin.
Yes. Can't do that there. But I think we do focus on making things prosperous for a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Can we have a little look up here? Nothing.
No.
Maybe scan this, actually? I think we do.
Go for it.
I mean, it is something. It's not great, but it's something. Could bump it across here. Boom, boom. Provide inputs, outputs. Don't love it, but it's possible to make something work with it.
It is possible to make something work with it, but I'm specifically looking at it in the light of, hey, don't that look like that could be a Xenolab? Because if that's a Xenolab, and then we got an extra chip. Extra chip's a bit hard. Extra people we can get. A couple extra people. I'm trying to think of ways that we can complete Vittori whilst we're also accomplishing everything else.
I want to repitch the idea of just colonizing this system here. It prospers the wheat planet. We use the water. We use the minerals. In fact, literally just these 2 mineral planets will get us 6 science, if I'm not mistaken. Plus, it gets us the person for the Forebear Ruin.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, you want to make a mineral lab up there?
Yeah.
As well as, yeah, you scaffold it. Show me.
All right, so this... What does that change our income by? That's 50. Ooh. It would be... like there, maybe? Okay, 4 science, 1 more mineral. Don't have the cash for infraspace, but you get the picture, right? And then goods. Bleh, that's a nonsense.
That's not.
I would prefer to do this.
Awful.
Actually, hold on. Chips. What are we talking about? Chips can just come across this way. That's easy.
It does have a bit of difficulty with the things that ask. Oh no, there.
Right in the middle. Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. Gets another output for that as well.
So yeah, this is the only real issue at the moment, and that can be resolved next year because we're in Terra. I would say that we do this, and then we don't.
Do you want to actually commit your scaffold?
I think this is legit because it gets us. Well, it will get us as soon as we get the extra ore, and it gives us a pretty clear. I mean, all of this stuff is good because this will feed into there. This will feed into there. I like it, actually, and it means that we can get the Vittori lab done, or the Vittori mission done early next year, and we get a 4-bear rune. What do you think? It's really up to you, if you think it's good enough. I don't know how else we're getting the science unless we do Xenolabs, and I don't think Xenolabs provide any value.
Okay, let's do it.
You happy with this? Are you sure?
Yep.
You're not convinced. You're not convinced.
My only hesitation is because I'm looking. So increasingly as we play tough, I think all of our actions need to accomplish not one but maybe 2 end goals.
Okay.
And I see this accomplishing one. And I see it also expanding our empire and using a lot of slipways. And I'm just wondering how it feeds back into income until we start prospering all of these. But it's not like I have a better plan in mind.
It is unless the 4-bear ruin gives us research, there is no way that we can fulfill our Vittori objective.
No, I think you're bang on that we need to do this at some point. It's just I'm still trying to look for ways to do multiple at the same time, but I think you're right. I think this is something we send out.
I mean, the other major downside to these is that they just don't successful, and they are just so they just suck the life out of a galaxy or an empire.
Yeah, they're a dead end. They're a vestigial tail of the system.
All right.
Especially considering we no longer need the study for anything.
Exactly. I mean, it feels bad that we're doing a lab, but I mean, if we do the absolute minimum, then maybe if we get another Vittori mission, which is increased tech, all we do, pop a few more points in here, pop a few more points in here, bada bim, bada boom, we get ourselves a second mission done as well. So maybe think of it that way. It's not necessarily a closed door at this moment in time. Right. Let's do it.
There's the good for making that northern one successful.
Prosperous, yes. Let's hold off on that because we may have a mission.
Sure.
Okay.
We don't need to accomplish that right now, but it is 2 things popping really, really well.
Yes.
Like that solves a lot of the problems with that I'd been perceiving rather with this setup up here.
Yeah, it's good. If I do this. God, we just don't have the money.
It's fine. We are very late in a year. It's like we're giving up our excess months from this year.
Yeah, it's bonus. It's bonus. It's free real estate. All right. Would you prefer infraspace or would you prefer space? It's
a good question, right?
Yeah.
Just in case we want to expand more easily from that water world to something else. I think I prefer the infraspace, specifically for that reason.
I should check the missions first. If we're happy with this, then...
Yep.
Man, I can't believe that we've not gotten any 4-bear ruins that give us the opportunity of science. That's pretty bad, actually. Because we would definitely take it.
I don't think we're sad with any of these 4-bear ruins, though. I think they gave us pretty good options. Interesting.
So that's doable, and that's because of this extra lab. It's actually super easy, I think, as long as we find somewhere else to produce chips out here.
When you say super easy, can you count the total amount that you're going to be getting for me, please?
The science.
Mm-hmm.
So extra science from here. Extra science from here.
How much? How much?
Well, if we get the peeps as well, then up to 8.
If we get the peeps as well, we would need 4 people suddenly up there.
1 people is there. 1 people is there. So we need 2 more people.
2 more
we
people.
need 1 more colony. And 1 more remnant world. And actually, that's already... Yeah, that satisfies that, so...
Yeah, it will have people going into each lab. It can't get an extra one. I mean, I think it's more accomplishable than the Bakar still. Let's have a look at the import hubs. All right, just anything that has two inputs at the moment. Let's have a look at. So from the left of the galaxy, there's the floating person that can go over there, but that you currently want to go into a lab.
But I mean,
obviously both of those.
We have this over here, right? Like this was something that we can still accomplish. We can still do that from wheat all the way over here. It takes a while, but totally workable.
Takes a while and a lot of money. We have both of those remnants, primordials, that are currently studying that could easily be made into import hubs. I think the import hub mission is again one that we're gonna want to take here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be too hard to fulfill that one. Science yearly output. How much do you believe in yourself on this one?
I mean, here's the thing, right? We can scan first and then decide.
You're not wrong.
God. Sure. So that's a decent colony there-ish, kind of. And that's our remnant
probably
world.
Be a water world, right?
That's I mean, this is it. Wow, I think it's totally doable. We've got 3 years, but it's actually a little bit more. I mean, look, I'm not going to take it if you don't think it's possible. It's up to you.
It's not that I don't think it's possible. It's that I wonder if we would spend so much on... Take both of them. Let's do it.
You want to take both of them? All right.
Yep. We'll find a way to do it.
All right. Let's freaking go.
Okay. Well, first things first. Import hub is created. 2 import hubs are even created by making that exactly.
I think I am gonna... Yeah. Easy.
Pop de dub.
Pop de dub. Excuse me?
It popped a dub.
Okay. Sorry, I just... Those words coming out of your mouth just didn't sound real.
Is that slang for something? Should I be aware?
It popped a dub.
Popped a dub.
Popped a dub.
Okay. And now, so could you zoom in on the primordials, the remnants that we already have there?
Yeah. I think
it's going to be harder to get them another export route, so I don't think they're going to be successful, but... So what are we accomplishing by putting water into both of those? Anything?
I mean...
That can have an output route down there, but then also...
But then also here?
Like... But what is that accomplishing?
Successful, isn't it? If we get the water from here. Or even from here, actually.
But making them successful does nothing for us except for...
Score?
A little bit of happiness, a little bit of income. I mean, they're not bad, but we should focus on the missions first.
Oh, yeah.
Do those help us with any of the missions?
Yes. I disagree. So I think this is the play, in my mind anyway. We bring this across here. Right? This becomes water. That goes in there. This goes here. Wheat is the only outstanding problem here in this plan. This comes across here.
Oh, don't be down on yourself, bud. I think this plan's full of outstanding problems.
That's that. That's that. This will go in there as well. That will go in there like so. This can come across at some point later. This can also supply down here too. What else do we need? I mean, this water world isn't actually super essential. This doesn't have to be part of the plan. I see what you're saying. But yeah, something along these lines would be what I would be advocating for.
Not only that, but this has currently accomplished 3 science for us.
But also
and
over here
has right. Well, if you were doing that, you would. Yeah. Let's go back until that primordium's not colonized.
Yeah.
If you were doing that, the water would go even further over to the left, right, reducing the distance, but also getting a better position for itself. Okay, let's think about a way to do this. It's wheat, right? That's our problem.
Or here's a completely radical idea: double robot factory. We're not studying robots. Like, that's a super easy win. That's a super easy win. In fact, it's even super easier given that we've got a remnant world here and a water world here. Scrapping operation. Boom, boom. That's 2. Boom, boom. Easy peasy.
Okay, so put 2 robots in a lab and... a person and a robot now make 4 science, right?
Ah, come on. Yeah.
So you'd need 2 more robots. Right?
Yeah.
I think this is a better way to accomplish it. I think you're right. This is a far better way to accomplish it. I'm just trying to find how we're going to accomplish it. And then you're getting your ore from the remnant that doesn't have a person to...
Yeah, well, one ore can come from here. The other ore is more problematic. That can do 4 if it prospers, so... In fact, hold on. That's easy. Prosper.
The reason that I prefer this line over the other one is because it doesn't have so many slipstreams and slipways, and it's shorter. It doesn't cost as much as the other, right? Because we're doing kind of like open area stuff. I like it, but I want to try and accomplish it without having to do tricky things, because this is an area that we shouldn't have to jump over all of our own properties to manage correctly, you know?
I think that's a good move to make. I guess we'll see just from here.
Okay.
Because we're gonna need. I mean, I'm trying to like minimize slipway length here.
Because it's sure. I just want to see what are you intending to do with them? Could you scaffold it for me, please?
I mean, similar thing. Let's see if this works.
Okay. Solves that mission.
Yep.
But how person to remnant? Because if you get one person in that remnant and then the water from next to it, you can give that to all of those 3 labs.
Yeah.
Which is great. It's just we're person.
We're person. I mean, we could scout. We could maybe see if we can find another colony somewhere. There's somebody all the way up here, but I mean, that's not navigatable.
Absolute garbage.
Could come out this side. No, it's not worth it.
There's a hanging wheat in the primordial next to it. We have the ability to make people with a colony somewhere near here. I think you're right, but I think this plan that you've made here might involve a little bit of scouting. And if you want to maybe, like, the leftmost colony... Wow!
I didn't even know that was a thing that you could do with labs.
Nor did I, but you can probably explore super far with...
Oh, that's so busted, actually.
Wee bit. Now, if that forge world over the left that is going to become... No, far left.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, if you colonize that.
Oh.
Okay. I actually think you just now scan. Like, that is a committed action that we're going to be doing. And we just need to see some adjacencies. We want the non-mid strengths there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well,
Biomass wheats. Okay, it's probably like the worst planets that are still okay-ish. That's a little better.
is it?
Yeah, we got chips in abundance.
It's still a bit annoying to hop them over one another. You know what? It's actually probably far more efficient for us to take the Earth-like that we were debating making a colony on the leftmost part of the map.
Great idea.
And just friggin' tug it over. Yeah, you might want to redo that because you went too close to the slipstream, so you cut a bunch of your length off.
Alright, it wasn't perfect, but it was okay.
Yeah, it's totally fine. Yeah, just keep an eye towards where you're ultimately going to put your other slipways so that you have as few of them jump over one another as possible, but
I think this is fine.
I love it.
Okay.
I mean, anything is fine with the hyperways that we have, right? It's just what is optimal.
Yeah.
All right, so now that's the person who goes into the lab.
Correct.
Okay.
Oof, actually. Big oof. That makes me very sad, actually.
It only costs 20 to push something a little.
Yeah, but a month as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Successful as well. Okay, so... Oh, really? Okay.
Apparently, if you right-click on a structure that's just been placed, you can replace it.
What? Oh my... Raps... What the heck is that?
Sorry, I was told in a comment recently. My apologies.
Oh my lordy. Okay.
Forgot about it until just this moment.
Well, that's...
Okay, so that solves one mission. We still have 3 import hubs to make, and we have... How much time?
A year.
We have
this is our...
12 months left in this year. Is this our last
This is our
year?
last.
So we have 12 months
Correct.
to make 3 more import hubs.
Correct. Although I think, did the lab just count as one? Or am I...
No.
No, okay. All right. Import hubs. Let's go.
Okay, I think one of them has to be both of those primordials popping. Or becoming import hubs, yeah, over there. Which means we need to suddenly make water.
I think there might be a better... I think there might be a better option. I don't know.
Now, You know, the problem here is our income is going to be the limiting factor of how we do this.
Yes.
Which means that bottom system, if that can be done any cheaper, we may need to. We don't need to do it right now. We don't need to do it right now. We need to look at the other things and see what we can accomplish first.
Maybe it's better to do this. That's almost certainly better, actually. What did that leave us with? 155. Yeah.
Okay. On this bottom side of the map, do we have any Arctics that are not connected to the system yet?
Yep.
We do. The slipway costs are going to be immense for us to try and get the water from that all the way over to the... No, not to there. Just, well, I mean, obviously,
Oh,
water
to
could
here.
actually go in there. That's a good point. But yeah, it would be that.
That is a double whammy right there. It would be
That's
two,
what I'm thinking, right?
maybe 3 tugs, though. Alternatively, could scan up here. But, I mean, even then, I mean, if...
That locks all of this in.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Can we... Hold on. Can we
Okay, so again, we need... Yep.
Up here. Can we, sorry, I'm just seeing if there's anything, like, up here that is immediately solvable.
Well, that person that is floating could easily go to the northmost person input
This
thing.
one.
Yeah.
Even this
Yeah.
one. If we get that, then it gets it, a thingy, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is going to be...
Pretty expensive.
But doable.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of the money that we now need to use to make other things as well, though.
Yeah.
And then we have no money to hit the other 2 import hubs, so we need to undo that.
Yeah. Dude. It's so expensive late game to build slipways. I mean, 120%. I don't think I've ever seen this increase. Like, this is... It's purely to do with the number, right? Like, it's not even to do with the length of them, I don't think, is it?
I think it's just the amount of them that you have on the map. Okay, so a source of water.
It doesn't need to... Well, it kind of does need to be water. I was just thinking if there's any way that we can, you know, maybe like really cheekily yoink like a mineral planet into here and boosh boosh.
And then it also needs
something like that, you know?
I do like something like that, but I think that's one of the ones that's furthest. It's the primordial labs that are the easiest way for us to accomplish this.
It's only 2.
But
It's only 2, though. That's the problem.
it is only 2. But I think the thing we have to do first is undo the entire Vittori area so that we can scan, and then we can redo this totally at some point in the future. But we need to scan over to the other side first. Because we don't want to lock this in and then realize afterwards, oh, well, we can't do anything then. If you go back as far as you possibly can, it will be fine.
Okay.
Cool. All right, let's send a scan out on the west side.
That's a 4-banger. That's a 3-banger. I think that's pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks very hard.
Very hard.
It's also very hard.
Even
Sucky.
harder.
Yeah. This is... that's not even good. I mean, this just needs 1. But it needs a human as well, obviously. Is there no... There's no more 4-bear ruins?
Evidently no. I mean, there were the 2 to the north, and we ended up collecting both.
Yeah. I mean, where else do you want to explore? Is there anywhere else we can explore? I don't really know. There's north, maybe? Maybe we're able to find something that just magically fits up here? To be fair, it's a bit of a Hail Mary play, but it might just be what we need. We get another colony up and running. We can output to here. We can output to here.
we need plans that accomplish at least two things at once. I think the Xenolabs still have to be two of our import hubs. Otherwise, we're just not reaching this. Because think of the efficiency, right? If we don't get two of them like completed by one thing individually, suddenly we don't really have the resources to do anything. So I think what we need to do is focus on water generation in the west of the galaxy first. And if that includes a Hail Mary Scout or two, that includes a Hail Mary Scout or two.
Water production. We can move this planet.
Over to the entire other side of the galaxy?
Sorry.
It's the west.
My lefts and rights are not what they used to be.
That's totally okay, I understand. I am the same position.
God.
It is worth noting, we can hang resource imports this year because they increase the severity of your happiness decline from them if they are alive longer. So it's not a problem if we just make something to just connect the water to each of those two. It's just we need to find something that will work like that. And that would need a person in order to get a second water for us.
It's basically all contingent on another colony here, isn't it? I mean, actually, hold up.
I mean, an ocean world would do it.
Yeah.
Use the hive world and then just connect that to both of them.
Correct.
That would totally do it. Yeah. I can't believe I hadn't even looked at that. That's a
well,
great
no.
idea.
The reason that you didn't look at it is because we moved the hive world to here in order to make this system work with a new colony. I think that, okay, here's the thing. I actually think that this plan is good because hive world can fit into here. Fine, gets us the two import hubs. Then we create this jungle colony, which can be supplied with chips from yonder, and then wheat from here. So it's not as neat of a circle, but it still is totally serviceable. Right? Should we try this?
I like it.
Let's try this.
Yes.
Okay. Are we
as close as you can nestle it in is going to give us the
like literally right in here,
it's
right?
going to give us the
Well, actually, we want it to be in one move. We don't want it to be in two moves.
Yep.
Maybe we just straight up.
It's not capable of getting far enough to get. Well, actually, no. Never mind. No. That's fine. That's fine. It only needs to connect to the northern one because the other one we always have to use a slipstream to get to because it's in the middle.
That's true. It's very true. Okay. Are we hanging the wheat here? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
Okay.
Hang the wheat and the consequences. Perfection.
I think that's as close.
That cost us 73. We got 2 import hubs for it.
We still have the extra year remaining. So we have 2 years until the end. So if we do that, then we look at fixing this.
Wait, hang on. We have 2 years until the end.
Yeah. Now we do, because we undid all of this. But this takes build time, if you'll recall. Because that's 3 months.
It does, but
3 months apiece.
It means we're not doing this with only 223 income, which makes me a lot happier. We can totally do this, right? If we move these, like, we spend more on Gravitic Tugs, which also costs a month, yes, but we have more time than we have money right now.
Yeah.
And we spend the Gravitic Tugs in order to join, like, a very dense middle system and then connect slipways that are quite short so that we bypass the costs. I think this is 100% what we do. I think you found it.
I think you found it.
No, I was still looking at ways to get water over there.
Here's the thing, though. I really like this, by the way. Like, I think this is great. I think this is very, very good. I have a pitch for how we handle this area, and it's brought on by the fact that it takes 3 months to colonize a Forge world. I think maybe we take Scavenger World here, because it's literally... Oh, it's 3 months too.
Right, and we're hanging the consequence. Okay. Well, yeah, it's 3 months too, but it means we don't have to make ore, frankly.
Exactly, right? It means that we don't have to make ore. We still do this colony, right? We still need to move this in, but it just means that we don't have to worry as much.
Actually, also, if that colony is going to be getting a wheat as well as a microchip, if it gets one of those bots from the remnant to go into a forge world and then a good into that colony, that's our final hub, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That was what I was kind of working on. The premise of.
Oh, love it.
I was kind of thinking of this place, but I mean, this one of these two is great as well, honestly. So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's closer.
Okay.
Saves us money.
So the place of this, right in the middle? Is it right in the middle here? Or is it actually out to the left?
It's
because we need
taking the
ships. Wheat. We're gonna need to.
It effectively sits just under the arrow that we already have colonized. I think, right?
I think if we're minimizing slipstream, yeah, that's about as close as it can be. Okay, so we still need 3 robots here.
Yep.
So this becomes a colony. This becomes a robot world. This goes in there. That doesn't need to come in there. That can come in there later if we still have the time. We build the lab here. That goes in there. That goes in there.
Get a person from the colony as well.
Get a person from the colony as well. That's 6 science. Is there a way where we Is there a way where we don't connect this up and just find a primordial up here? Water, human, as opposed to hanging more resources.
Ooh.
Because
yeah, I like that. I like that. Show us what that would look like.
let me just fix this area.
Yeah, do that.
First. No, this is entirely doable.
It's
Hold
fine.
up. Come on. This needs to be a very specific order.
You have to use the other one though.
No, this needs to be this one. It needs to be this one because this one needs to go here for that. That prospers. Then this goes here, that goes there, and that goes there.
A good point, well made.
What was I thinking? Oh, the 2 extra science. Yes, and the import hub up here.
So, what strikes me is that didn't so it prevented that from hanging. But where are we getting our import hub now?
That's a good
the
point.
One in the north.
That's a good point.
Like,
it's a good point. We can return to this area here.
We can, but we don't have much money left.
Hold up.
And we're not getting more income, right?
Import hub.
Finishes that, but now we need a bot badly.
Now we need a bot badly.
So we can do this. We can do this though. That asteroid that is off to the left, just above the Forge World.
Yeah.
So that's 12. If you Gravitic tugged a one of the Forge Worlds over, literally just put it right next to the GD lab, and then colonize it, output it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It hangs an input, but we do not have the resources to not hang an input anymore. Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
If you unconnect the good connection that you just made,
Yeah.
instead we can get a person out from that colony into the remnant, and we can also get the water into the remnant, and then that's the import hub.
Oh yeah, that's
costs us less to do.
That's a great shout, actually. We should undo this.
So you can do a straight line.
Correct. because it's
Sure.
one amendment and it's just worth
really good.
it's just yeah it's just worth it, right?
Hey, actually,
Yeah, there's something better here.
just
I feel it. I feel it.
there is. Do the connections for the one that I mentioned, so the import hub in the middle. Okay, that's complete, and now we have 247 to finish science as well as resolve any of our hanging if we can.
Yeah.
And we don't have to be able to.
I mean, this would be great because that's 3. Is that our most hanging? That's 2. Yeah, so this is our most hanging.
Mm-hmm. Which that's an easy thing to do in literally 1 month at the end. So what we want to do now is resolve our science in a neat fashion if we can.
Yeah, there's part of me that thinks we'd need to colonize both of these to get one to make
both?
good. Well, no, we don't have to do both. Sorry, that's a bad way of saying it. We don't have to do both at all. That's nonsense. But if we wanted to get like, I was thinking of some way of making, you know, goods into robots into goods, but it just does. It's not worth it. It's just too late. This should be fixed because this is a colony. At some point, if we can.
Yep, but that's not our priority. Our priority is science. So are we going to accomplish it by putting a bot, or are we going to accomplish it by making a nanolab, xenolab? Do we have any xenolab opportunities that are really, really good? We have that one in the north.
It would just be that one. Or maybe...
It would just be that one. That's person plus suddenly we have to create water.
It would be
we need a hanging person and
here.
hanging water.
Hanging person, hanging water. Here.
Right, so you'd use 3 possibly months to push it over there, and then just connect it up 2 ways. That's not
bad.
not hard.
Not bad.
That's very resource efficient because pushing is only 20. It is colonizing. Sorry, it's not colonizing. It's slipway creation that is really limiting us right now.
I think it's this one, to be honest.
It's the length of the slipways that is a problem.
Like in here?
Oh, yeah, I love it. Do it. Do it to it.
Okay, it's actually kind of brilliant. I think it's a bit of a shame.
Beautiful.
Bit of a shame that this doesn't end up prospering, but whatever.
It's okay. Now we look to solve the rest of our stuff. I'm honestly comfortable with you clicking new missions available and just seeing if there's anything that we can possibly do, because that is going to lock us in. Nope. We don't have enough places to scan to discover 12 more planets.
We don't. You're right. Unless we spam down some spam down some labs. No. No.
Yeah, no. Let's. No. Sorry, I'm saying let's go and solve the hanging resources down there. We have the ability to. It's just, you know, a subspace relay for each of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it is. I really wanted to solve this one as well somehow.
We possibly can do that after the fact, but let's solve these 2 first.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so then it needs to be... How did I have it? That... I'm going to try and make it as direct as possible. Keep costs down. It's 130%. Oh, my lordy. Okay, prosper that. Nice. Leaves us with 30 bucks.
14 left.
30 bucks.
Can you look at our negatives, please, in terms of happiness?
It's 1. It's just literally 1. This one.
It's 1. It's that one out there. So that one is how unhappy? Just 2 years worth of unhappy?
Just 2%, yeah. Past shortages, that'll disappear a little bit. Unemployment, there is what, like 1 person here and then also 1 person up here. Yeah. We can maybe find a home for that individual. Probably not, actually.
Yeah, that would only be 1... No, it'd be 1 slipway back up into the remnant lab to the north.
Well, that's what I thought, but then I mean, we will not have enough for that.
Well, no, you don't have to do that. You could just do it around the other side with a normal.
I still don't think we'll. It costs 18 for that one, Raps.
It's okay.
I'm
gonna be honest. I think we're done.
I think we're done as well. To be honest, I mean, there's this that we can do.
Mm-hmm.
We could always like.
That'll probably downgrade the amount of unhappiness we have by 1, but unfortunately it also increases it by 1 because then we have someone unemployed. So, but if we then connected that to the primordial lab directly next to it, maybe we'd be fine. Or rather, the water treatment facility directly next to it.
42. I think that's as good as it gets, to be honest.
Yep. I think so too.
I don't think that there's... Unless this is a remnant world. I mean, do you want to scan and then we see if it's a remnant world? Maybe it's...
It doesn't matter. If we scan,
yeah,
we have...
3 months.
We're locked in, but also it's on tray, so we can literally create Slipway.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
And that's the most expensive.
Yeah, we got nothing. We got nothing left to do. I'm really happy with this. This is very tight. Very tight.
I'm definitely pleased as well.
All right. Let's skip to the end. Oh, one more. One more. Oh, almost a triple star as well. Very close.
Almost.
Very close. Very close.
Whew.
It's just
Good game.
it's just not having those like late game happiness boosting techs that just stops us from achieving a truly like unbelievably broken score, because that was so tight, dude.
You're right. All we need is Dender.
Oh, that never.
I keep saying it.
Never Dender. Never Dender. It's so bad. I just hate Dender so much. Oh man. That was excellent. Well played. Well played. I mean, that's oof.
Right back at you, bud.
13 prosperous. That was
Mm-hmm.
we did level 1 Bakar. Wow.
5 Viporian, 6 Vittori, and we researched absolutely everything. We went out to the start of the research kind of things that we were looking for. We got the end game. Extra duration in a couple different ways. We got the income from Euphorian. Everything kind of worked synergistically and beautifully. I could scarcely be happy with this run.
Do you, at the end of this, do you still not think that Euphorians are the best? To me, it's Euphorians are so flexible, right? You get hyperlanes, you get gene adjustment? Whatever the heck it's called.
You sometimes get
sleep replacement. I mean, it's just so... That changed the game for us. Like, that was the biggest impact thing.
Yes. They are very, very good in terms of money. But that's also their strong suit.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be good in terms of money.
It's true. Oh, they're just so good. They're just so good. Anyway, on that note, I mean, look. The 5-star plat evades us yet again. But we shall conquer.
I don't know if there is a 5-star plat in
It is. I guarantee you there is.
Are you sure?
No.
The reason I say is because as you hover over the score right now, it says next rank at 2,400.
Yeah.
24,000 rather. Last time it didn't. It just said triple platinum. That's the difference.
We could ask the developer. We could ask him.
Jakub?
That's right.
Can you tell us if that works, please?
I'm living on a prayer. It's got to work. I believe. I believe. All right,
John.
Okay. All right. Well, on that note, ladies and gents, thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Slipways. This is really good. This was very, very good. This was very... Oh, so tight. So tight. Thank you very much for being a part of it, Raps. Thank you very much to everyone for watching. Check out Rapsy's channel, link down below in the description. We'll be back next time for some more Slipways. Until then, bye-bye.
Adios.